Hello, everyone. I am Drezek, otherwise known as Game Monster or Alex. I will be the DM for this evening, and I mean, we're gonna see if we can have a good time with 5e. As Ephy has already said, Pathfinder's the GM, and 5e is just simpler to learn. It doesn't have as many complicated maths to do. Yeah, we're going to introduce the players first as their own selves. You'll know a few of them. You'll know, and there's going to be a couple people that you don't know. So let's start off with Ephy. Introduce yourself.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows that, but introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm not introducing my character though. I'm just introducing myself.
No, just
right?
yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on a minute. Hello. As everybody knows, I'm Ephy the cat, and the box fort is where it's at. Normally we'd be playing a scary game or something like that, but tonight, due to popular demand, we're gonna be playing D&D. And, I'm just a feral cat and a third-story log, basically hanging out with these friends of mine. And, sometimes I go live and talk to you guys, too. I totally wasn't eating a chicken salad sandwich when I was told that I had to introduce myself.
Ephy, please don't talk about eating, right? I'm not going to be able to eat all night.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you could order something else.
No.
It's closed now. Everywhere's closed. Again, I live in the middle of nowhere, man. It's not good. I got a gas station that's open. I'll go grab a tuna sandwich later.
Where you say to live, and thank you so much for the follow.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Everyone knows Ephy. Let us move on to. Let's go with.
Where you say to 11, thank you so much for the follow. Climb into the box, back, comfy, get cozy.
All right, I'm Commander Shepard. I've been on Ephy's channel a few times. I'm another streamer that kind of part of Ephy with random stuff that she has planned or not planned, mostly not planned. But I'm gonna here's my first time playing D&D, and I'm looking forward to the experience.
Excellent. How about yourself, Realm?
I am Realm Leader. I frequently hop in with Ephy every once in a while, doing usually hunt or a few other shenanigans we happen to decide. I have done a little bit of research into DMing in D&D. Races and everything's still new to me. Never actually played anything. I just know the barest of minimums, and this is my first campaign. Really excited to join you.
Excellent. How about you, Alice?
Hey. I think I've been on this channel before, a while ago.
You have.
That was a long time ago, actually.
Aww.
I've played D&D before. I played a lot of D&D, and also the mods belong to me.
The mods do not belong to you.
And how about Haru or Claire?
I am Haruhi OtakuFan16. Those on the interwebs usually just call me Haru. I have been on this stream once or twice before, very drunk. But here I am, and I'm not exactly like a D&D veteran, but I did meet my fiance through D&D, so here we are. Happy to be here.
And last but not least, Drezek. I mean, no, Julian, my bad. I forgot about you. My bad.
Well, firstly, we know that not least part is absolute horse shit, but
Oh my god.
I am in the Twitch chat. I am Wineberry. You may have heard Ephy yell at me while playing Phasmophobia. My name is, in fact, Julian. I have played D&D with Drezek in particular for several many years now, and it's looking like it's going to be a good meme today. I'll be the nicest person in the group because I think I'm the only good aligned character.
Possibly. Yeah. I would like everyone to sit back, relax, and good evening, everyone. welcome to tonight's entertainment. We shall be having a short story of a group of rowdy, adventurous students from Rittel University. I ask you to get yourselves a relaxing drink, comfortable seat, and settle in for a night of random encounters, brow-sweating close calls, and sweet laughter. Turn off your mobile devices or silence them. No backseat DMing. This is my table, our story, and I'm a bit loose with the rules. If you don't like the way someone's playing, keep it to yourself. Our fun trumps your butthurt. Thank you, and enjoy the show. So, we're going to introduce the characters. Starting off from the uppermost token, which is Sylviana.
I'm Sylviana. Sylviana Grainsburg, to be exact. And Sylviana is a high elf woman that is attending Rittel University in the pursuit of the arcane. She is kind of a pale-skinned woman with white hair and has usually a very large sun hat on her. Generally speaking, she's not incredibly social, but she is very well dressed and not afraid to actually talk to somebody that comes over to her. Otherwise, she normally just stays to herself and she puts her nose in her book and kind of does whatever she's going to be doing. Doesn't really care what's going on or what happens to other people around her, generally speaking. Other than that, she's the roommate of, and this is where I segue over to Claire.
I play Asha Ajashi. She is a UNT pureblood. For those of you that are unfamiliar, that's a snake girl. And she is
Humanoid snake girl.
yes, just on the edge of sane. So you may hear her muttering to herself or speaking to someone who is not here. She is not antisocial, but she has different social rules than most. She was abandoned at a young age, and that still haunts her to this day.
Okay, let's go down to Bay.
All right. Bay is a hex blood, which basically means, although he looks somewhat human, he is influenced by hag-based magics. Much like the image, he has luscious red hair, but beneath the long and thick hair, he has a more or less crown of bony spurs that comes from his temple. And do not enlarge. That will not look okay. What are you doing? Fool. Bony spurs that grows from his temple and goes around the back of his head. He is a more martial-based man, but with some weird mindy magics, and he comes from a very far-off place.
All right. Let us go to Finch. Is it Finch or Fidge?
Is Finch.
Fidge, okay.
Finch, the ever-attractive rat folk, is a rogue paladin. She's a bit of an idealist and believes very strongly in her views that change probably every other week. And she comes from the middle-class sewers.
All right. Nira, sorry.
Sorry. I am Nira. I am a noble drow, which is, for those of you learning with me, I am a dark elf, basically, that was cast into the underground. I am different from most drow. I specialize. My ideals are different from my family's. I prefer to be putting the people allowing the people to thrive. I have been in the overworld a few times and saw the way they lived and thought that was preferable than the way we live in the Underdark. So my ideals are different, and my family does not like this. So they sent me to Rittel University to basically be rid of me, in a way. I am trying my best to re-win my family's favor, but by showing them my way is better way of living. I am still a noble and I am a drow, so I fight myself with my trying to win my family's favor back, but doing it in my own way.
All right. And last but not least, Harsh.
My character's name is Harsh because, my parents named me because I'm rather harsh with words. So that's just how it worked out. I'm an Ajamir, basically a cleric. I live and breathe magic. I believe magic can fix everything. I decided to wander the world away from my homeland and seek of just knowledge and exciting life.
All right. So, the beginning of our tale settles into the common room of Rittel's University's student area, where a crowd of students are sitting in the cafeteria, the mess, having a meal with each other. There's there's a number of students here. I didn't put down as many tokens as I wanted, but you see a few scullery maids coming from the kitchen out into the common to bring the food that everyone's ordered, and there's a posting you see on the board just over here on the wall, behind this table.
Uh-oh.
And it says, "Adventurers needed." Oh, throwing around shit on my desk. "Adventurers needed. Family keep run down, infested by God knows what. Offering 300 gold for the extermination of whatever is infesting the keep. This has been brought to your attention by the Martial Master. He told you that he is a close friend of one of the families, just one of the family. And he's asked his class, which is the 6 of you, including plus about 10 other people, to band together, just form yourselves a party and venture out to do it. And he will also give you a bonus. He didn't necessarily tell you what it was going to be. But it is here that you've decided to come together while having your food to discuss your potential lot in this, whether or not you wish to do this adventure, or you plan to do something else. Maybe you just want to stay for classes. Who knows? Yeah, it is entirely up to you guys. What what you're talking about. Oh, for some reason Roll20 just died on me. Let me refresh.
Is this a noble family we're going in to rescue?
This is a noble family's keep. Yes, it is. Well, when I say noble, there are in the city of Gelazin, which is where you currently are, there is roughly 2,200 noble houses. That's not saying they're major nobility, but anyone who owns a plot of land is considered a noble.
Noble, right? That's that's not.
So there are about 2,200 nobility within the city. Bay, you can say that out loud if you want.
I typed it because everyone was busy actually learning things.
Okay.
But yes, sitting at the table, looking at the parchment, I imagine it is,
Yes.
Bay pipes up to the people directly random. I think this would be a good opportunity to practice some of the techniques we have learned, as well as earn favor with the people.
I'm gonna peek up from my. Oh, you go ahead.
As long as it gets us outside of these walls, I think that's fine. But just be careful.
I'm gonna peek up from my book and just kind of like tip the brim of my hat up a little bit so I can see Bay from out from under it, and then sort of perk a brow, kind of confused for a minute, and then go, "Oh yes, yes. How far away is it? Do we know?"
According to the parchment that Bay is currently holding, it is about a 3 days travel. Walking. If you rent horses or have your own transport, then it would definitely be less than that.
Okay. Well, I was asking
Are there
Bay.
multiple copies, by the way? Because Bay would definitely hand out one for everyone.
Yes, there would
Ooh.
definitely be local copies.
Okay. I'm gonna hold up my hand for Bay to hand me a copy.
Bay passes around the tables, handing one to each person, but as he does so, he basically is standing like right behind the person and hands it to them over their shoulder.
Asha's gonna flinch away from you, take the paper, and start chewing on it.
Oh my god.
I'll happily take the paper, but I won't read it.
I will happily grab the paper, but give you the stink eye while doing it, and kind of lean away from you in a way.
I take the paper in utter confusion as to why I'm being handed paper.
But there's words on it.
You silly fool! I can't read.
Think of the adventure we could maybe have.
I mean, we're
Come on,
obviously gonna-
Sylvie, I think it's a good idea.
But then I have to change out of these boots, and then it's a 3-day walk. Are we taking horses?
We can rent them. Come on.
You guys
Sure,
can't fly.
Dragons can afford it.
While cleaning my my Derringer, I pipe up and go, "We don't even know what we're fighting, let alone if the reward would be worth it or not."
Doesn't matter.
Wow. I mean, she does have a good point. If we do just so happen to go fight a whole nest full of dragons, I don't want to walk away with a measly 3 gold, but at the same time, getting out and about might be good for my friend here, so...
I did just learn a few new spells. I think it's time I practice them.
I also
especially
don't
not in
think
the
that the
room.
professors would allow this test to come down to this place where the students could reach it if they hadn't at least made sure that someone of our caliber could be of some use. Maybe we won't be able to strike a decisive blow, but perhaps we could provide scouting information.
To
What
be
you're
fair, it
saying
is
is
a
it's
noble
a training
family.
wheels mission.
To be fair, it is a noble's request, and I do think, in a way, we are obliged to at least assist in any way we can.
True, you do like to stick together, don't you?
As a matter of fact, we do. Strength in numbers can't hurt. Plus, connections could be great for my family.
Well,
Yeah, Bay blinks for a moment. He says, "What are training wheels for?"
those are the things that they put on the what's the word? She's gonna scrunch and then kind of close her book and then set it on the table, drum her fingernails on the cover for a second and go, yes, I'm sorry. They put them on the meal carts, I think. It's for the new
Basically,
hires.
instead of riding a horse, you're in a carriage. That's basically what training wheels are.
Ah, made for comfort. Very well.
Well, in my travels, training wheels are what people put on them so they don't fall off the horse while they're actually learning to ride them.
Wouldn't that just be your basic balance, though, sir?
Do your horses fall over?
Well,
They do. They do.
I imagine they do if they're drunk.
Screaming goats activate.
Asha's gonna stand and stretch, and then she's gonna notice like a beetle running across the floor, grab it with her hand, stuff it into her mouth, eat it, and say, "We should go."
I'm gonna recoil in disgust.
Are you sure you don't want to get food first?
We
I just ate. What are you talking about?
Fair point.
I'm just gonna wrinkle my nose as I do anytime I watch this, and I'm just gonna go. She.
Do we have to travel together?
Wow.
No.
I suppose you rent your own cart. Now, couldn't you?
You could travel alone.
Speaking of carts, I'm going to see, since it was brought up, what the potential cost for renting a cart and some horses perhaps would be. And Bay will move off either to an area within the facilities or outside if rentals are not available to the students directly from the facility.
I need to find my items. Hold on. Gaben.
So, Bay walks out to find the student stables and talk to the stable master while everyone is kind of recoiling at Asha.
I understand. It's okay.
My character doesn't flinch because in the travels, being a wanderer, it's
You've
normal
had
to
to
eat
eat
bugs.
some, you've had to eat some rancid things. And what is everyone else doing?
Well,
You still have the parchment in front of you. You see that it basically details the fact that this keep is roughly a 3 days travel on foot. It is one single manor house with a stable. It is walled, which you know means that this family is potentially very wealthy, very high standing, probably like in the 200th ranking of nobles.
But it's 300 gold reward, yeah?
It does say 300 gold reward, but the martial master, who you all know is Sir Rook, he's offering you favor on top of the potential reward.
Okay.
So Asha, already having decided to go, is just gonna kind of nibble on the parchment and kind of, as she normally does, scratch symbols into the table, kind of mutter toward her hands, but keeping one eye on Sylviana, because if she leaves, she's going to follow her.
I'm going to lean
Alright.
on the table and watch you for a bit and go, you know they do serve food here.
Why would anyone eat that?
I would just like to mention that a rat is giving etiquette lessons to a snake.
You know what? I don't need your judgment.
I'm gonna kind of scan the room and look at my potential party members. Guess that'll be good enough. Go back to cleaning my derringer.
I'm going
All
to
right.
stand up and kind of look at the snake and the rat and just kind of roll my eyes gently and go, well, I do hope we're not going to be judging people from their dietary habits now, are we? We should all get along and be friends. And then I'm gonna pick up my book and tuck that under my arm and then just kind of go, all right, well, if we're going, then we should go before I change my mind.
Well, hold on now. We still need to wait to see if we can rent horses. Either that or we're walking for 3 days. So you might as well sit down and finish your book.
Not this. Oh.
Like that book will ever be finished.
The book
Well-
is, it's a very long book.
Well, my
It's just
character
fun, don't
gets
worry.
exasperated at this banter of conversation and decides to go check on Bay, figuring out where he's at and why we haven't gotten these horses yet.
All right, you exit the building. You can click drag. Yeah, there you go. So,
How do you do the thing
Ever-
where it like you do the path plotting?
Right click while you're dragging your character.
Oh,
like that.
oh, that got weird.
So, you
okay.
Right click, not hold.
Yeah.
you head into you head out of the university's campus main campus area, and just to the left of the main entrance is the large stables. You enter and you see there is a gruff looking very powerfully built woman currently stacking hay bales. Her hair is currently curled into almost space buns at the sides of her head. And at first, she doesn't notice you. She's just humming to herself, just stacking the hay bales into one location from a wagon that was dropped off into the building. She's
Bay, having taken his parchment with him, says, "Excuse me."
Yes, Sonny. Yes. What do you need? What do you need?
Myself and a few of my classmates were planning to go on a quest that was offered here, and I will show her the parchment. What do you think it would cost to rent some horses and maybe a carriage to travel this far for a few days and back? Probably whichever's cheapest, but I suppose it depends on my looks around, as at least one person has followed him into the stable at this point.
Hirsch is close behind.
We're all here.
They're arriving
Not
shortly.
at this point.
Yeah, no, we're a bit behind.
You're a
still
bit behind, yeah.
Yeah.
So, she kind of stops what she's doing, of course, brushing off her hands, sweeping the hay, the straw from her working apron, and looks at the parchment. She's, dear, I suppose if you're gonna be renting, I can do you. How many people's coming?
Unless someone's decided not to come, I believe it should be 6.
carriage should be enough to take each of you inside. And you're gonna want two big, strong drafts to pull it. So, all in all, to rent. How long are you gonna be?
Walking was 3 days. It's like what? 1 day riding?
Roughly a day.
Well, it's going to be at least 2 days for travel, 1 there, 1 back. But we haven't been told much about what we're potentially looking at from the parchment, so a good long estimate, I think, would be 5 days, but I wouldn't expect longer than that.
All right, I'll say let's go with how about 15 gold a day.
Assuming everyone else has arrived, Bay will turn to his compatriots. Does that seem like something we would like to do? I can, of course, help pay, but not a large amount. I
can
previously
pay
spent most
for
of
at
my
least a
funds.
day.
So as my character looks at the whole offer that we're given, and of course would like to remind Bay that the reward is 300, and I would like to ask the stable person if we can deduct the rental from the reward.
Now, you see, a portion of that is most likely going to be taken by the school, by the university. I don't know how much the tithe is, but
And it
tell
would
you
not.
what, we can do 10 gold a day. 10 gold.
As I'm slowly catching up, I would like to. How much would it be for me to buy a horse just for my own personal use?
Buy a horse for your own personal use. What kind of horse are you looking for?
Something fast, but strong enough to carry a light amount of equipment. Something nimble, quick.
Well, to get a riding horse is generally 75 gold.
I will cover our trip, and I would like to get my own personal horse as well, please.
Well, like I said, it's 10 gold a day.
That is correct, and we are only planning on being there for 5 days.
Well, at
Yeah.
most.
At most, yes.
So,
I'm just gonna slowly.
I'll take the
turn-
payment for the carriage and horses, the draft horses,
Mm-hmm.
when you get back.
Okay. And for my personal one, you said was 50?
75.
75. I can cover that.
I'll throw in the saddle and bridle onto that. You can have those for the price of the horse.
Thank you. I quickly hand over the 75 for my personal, and we said we were covering after we get back.
Yes.
Okay. So I hand over the 75 now for
You
mine.
now have your own personal riding horse with a saddle and bit and bridle.
Let me remove 75 from me. There we go. I look at the part and go, well, that should cover it. Anything else?
I suspect it does cover it. Well, thank you. I suppose. Thank you.
She will put her little sack of gold back into her pack and just not say anything. Just kind of cross her arms and look side-eyed at her, but
Now, don't forget. You should probably go see who put up the Who put up the offering? Who put up the parchment?
One of the noble houses in the area, but the Martial Masters got close ties with one of the families in the area, and I believe he personally would like us to look into things.
Okay, well, I would recommend going to see him before you do really anything else, and get yourselves a couple beacons, just in case you kill something interesting along the way. You've used them before. They're literally just this. It's a jar-looking thing, but basically a cylinder that, when you press in both sides, arcane runes basically light up the entire thing, and you are immediately able to, it signals the university, whoever's in botany or biology areas at the time, that there's an interesting find, and they can teleport near to the location through the teleportation sigils within the university.
Okay.
Thank you very much for allowing us to rent some of your animals and your carriage, ma'am. We'll take good care of them.
Well, I mean, they are for student use when needed. So.
All right. So, would Sir Rook have our beacons, or would we get the beacons along the way to go see him and see what's what?
No, no, he would probably have the beacons ready for you guys. Like forever, whoever was going to take the task that he posted. So yeah. Generally, you know that Sir Rook does a lot of training in the basement, in basically where he holds all the martial classes, alongside of Lorax and a couple of other. Yes, Lorax. God. Along with a couple of the other martial teachers, martial faculty members.
Okay.
All right, moving in that direction then, onwards to the danger basement.
The danger basement.
The danger.
I would like to point out my character. Yeah, my character peeks up, asking, "Is there any other supplies we should get besides the beacons?"
Probably Boris in there.
She kind of looks a little perplexed, but she's like, I assume you'd go get some rations. You know, you have food enough for maybe the 5 days that you're gone, and your water skins and all those good things.
All right, well, I turn to the rest of the party and explain, well, I have the water covered, but we were probably going to need food. Something more than bugs.
I'm just going to kind of like arch an eyebrow for a minute and look at my roommate and then slowly look at Harsh again and go,
She's gonna look kind of offended and really confused. Why would you need more than bugs?
Listen, what my friend eats is clearly working for her, and I happen to carry my own food. So, it's less of a us problem, and, well, you could even have some of mine if you'd like. I usually carry extra just in case.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I got. I have rations built up for 10 days at the minimum, or at the max, so I should be good for at least this outing.
What? What did you say? What? That's right. Bugs are delicious. I agree.
She
There
does
are
that
some pretty good
sometimes.
bugs out
It. Don't mind.
I am going to turn around and start heading toward the basement. I don't know where that is, though.
You know the quickest way to get to the Marshall area where he conducts his training is through the student mess stairway where in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Yeah.
But you go down through and you one moment. You see that this
I have superior dark vision. Oh shit.
Yeah, you're a Drew.
Drew.
Which means you got 120 feet of dark vision.
Oh god. I can see everything.
So,
Shit.
you see this dashing-looking, roguish man, long, curly black hair, about down to his, just past his shoulders, wearing what appears to be a tricone hat, is fencing against three different training dummies at the same time. And with a flourish, just what seems to be just a simple flick of his wrists, the wood between the shoulders and the heads of each dummy just break and are sliced through, and the heads topple to the floor, and he turns to the group with a raised eyebrow, sheathing his rapier without looking, as the heads that were on the floor mysteriously vanish and reappear on top of the dummies.
I was worried that you had broken those and it was going to be expensive to replace them.
No, darling, no. Of course not. Now, what is it that I can do for you?
Do we know this individual?
Yes, you know him as Sir Rook.
Yes, this is
Okay,
the
so to make sure.
But,
Yes.
I believe we're here for some beacons.
And I walk up to him and say, we have accepted your request, and we're going to go check out the keep. And we are here for beacons in case we find anything worthwhile.
Ah, very well, very good. He looks each of you up and down and kind of peers around the tall rat lady to get a look at the UNT behind you. You all look like you're capable individuals. From what I know of this, it shouldn't be too difficult of a task for you. From what I've heard, it is a small infestation of monstrous or fiendish creatures, perhaps quasits or I don't know, maybe a babao, something like that. Shouldn't be. Give me a religion check.
A religion check? Hold on.
Can I do that untrained?
You could, yes.
No, I can't.
No, not on roll 20.
Oh, that's true. I rolled a 5. Sorry, chat.
Religion.
Old habits.
I got a 16.
Oh, we got a 17.
Was that religion, did you say?
Yeah.
I almost called it give me knowledge religion.
15.
I got an 11.
Sorry.
Did Bay do his on
I didn't know if you
Beyond
wanted me
it.
to re-roll it. I did state what I got for chat.
Okay, that's fine then. So, Asha, Nira, and Fitch, you all know that Babao is it is a fiend, otherwise like a demonic creature.
Okay.
You know that it's got some mean claws. Most demons, it is capable of casting certain spells. You're not sure which ones. It's not something that really you've looked into much. They are generally they're kind of tough, but you know you're pretty sure they wouldn't send you into something you couldn't handle.
Okay.
And Quasits, you know that they are the most simple of demonic creatures. They are tiny. They're generally like you're pretty sure a youth, a 15 or 16-year-old regular person might be able to take one on.
Oh God, this ain't gonna end well.
You do know that they're
Killed by
capable of shape-shifting though, and one of their most unique abilities is that they are able to go invisible. But he's telling you that there are definitely going to be fiends. You're not sure how they've come to be in this location, but they are there.
Okay.
And as for beacons, he reaches into a pouch on his hip. Looks no different than any regular pouch, like for holding like a decanter or a water skin close by. Or he pulls out 3 of these fist-sized beacons. He says, "Here you are, your beacons. Well, that being said, what? I don't know if there's anything really that I need to tell you. It's a few days travel, and upon your successful return, you will all earn a spot in my heart. What are your names again?"
I bow respectfully and go, I am Nira.
Nira. And he kind of turns his head like a dog would towards you, like, Drow?
Yes.
Yes. And then he like looks to Sylvania. You're who?
I'm Sylvania Graceberg. Pleased to meet you again.
What you don't realize is his wisdom is 7. I'm sure I've seen you around before. You look very familiar.
Oh,
And then
I
he
don't
looks.
know.
Then he looks to Fitch and he says, "I know you."
Everyone knows me.
your flicker,
Flick.
right?
Yes.
And then he looks to Bay and says, Lorars talks about you all the goddamn time.
my smell that I have immediately drops.
I'm gonna like lean out of the line and
Laura's
kind of
taken
like
good care of
peek
me since I
down.
moved to the city.
I didn't ask. And then he just looked harsh. Do you really have
Explain.
3 eyes?
I do have 3 eyes. I have to. When you wander as long as I have, you need 3. 2 to sleep and 1 to keep open.
Stood.
Oh. Wow.
And there's no bugs here, Asha.
She looks really disappointed.
You'll notice actually that this entire room, the stone tiling it still looks pristine as if it was laid like a month ago. But there's edges to this, like just behind the dummies. You see that there's a separation line. Like the stones match up perfectly with how they're supposed to look. But there's an obvious line where decay ends. Like there's no even dirt and dust. You feel like you're breathing the most crisp, clean air in around this area. Despite it being in the basement where it's supposed to be musty and dusty and debris strewn.
This definitely is an enchanted room for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
100%.
Noticing all of the clean stone, Asha is gonna kind of put her hands down on the stone in front of her and mutter a few words, and it's gonna look like spiders.
What is she casting?
Mold earth.
I mean,
Why? Why?
You said there's no spiders, but guess what, nerd?
This does not work on the stone tiling.
And she looks really sad. Just kind of like hugs.
Unfortunately.
It doesn't work, and she hugs herself a little bit, starts rocking back and forth.
I just put my head in my hand and just rub my face a little, like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into?
So,
Is there
my
anything you...
character-
Go ahead.
My character speaks up and wants to ask about the reward for this trip. Shows 300 gold and wants to know, is that 300 per person or is it 300 for the group? And can we negotiate the school fees?
wow.
Well, I was assuming that it was going to be 300 per person, but I was not exactly thorough in that. And generally, the time that the school takes is roughly 70%. But you do remember that these do generally allow you to be tuition free. That being said, my reward for each of you will be personal training for a month.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
In what exactly?
What do you want to be trained in?
Is there a limitation to this training? What are they?
Well, I can't cast magic.
Ah,
Wow. That
Then
is
what's the
sad.
use to you?
That's fine with me.
Fine. Whoever can't cast magic, I'll give you a sum of gold of some form, or maybe a fancy rock.
Discriminatory.
A fancy rock. Asha,
Then-
did you hear that they're gonna give us a fancy rock?
Not if you can cast magic.
Oh.
No. He
No,
said if you can cast magic,
Yeah.
then he's either going to give you a gold or a fancy rock.
Oh, I thought he said if you can't.
No,
No.
if you
And
can't.
I was like, excuse me.
No, if you can't, he's doing the personal training. If you
Wow.
can, he's going to give you a fancy rock or gold.
I'll take a fancy rock.
I'd
That's
like
a
to
pun.
mention that even if you specialize in magic, some physical skills will probably be useful.
To you, maybe.
I'll be right back. It's okay.
So
Sure thing.
Rihanna is going to reach into her coat, basically, runs around for a moment, and then pull out a dagger and just sort of not point it at anybody, but just generally kind of hold it, sort of like someone would hold like a little 38 special from like a purse back in the day, and be like, yes, we all know it's good to be armed. And then she's
Asha, seeing that, will pull out her dagger and just kind of like rest it on her head, like on top of her head.
Well, my character wants to point to the rest of the group and say, well, we've got what information we needed. We have the beacons. The horses are ready. Let's go.
Make sure you grab the
Wait.
rest of your personal equipment before we leave.
1 second here. And he then rummages around in his bag at his hip, and he gives you a what looks to be about a thumb-sized pearl that has intricate runic carvings engraved into the surface of this pristine white sphere.
Whoa, where are we getting this?
He says, this should detect fiends, I think. If there's some around, it'll glow, and if you force it down their throats, I think it'll blow them up. Something like that.
I bow and thank him for the generous gift.
now that is interesting.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Something like that. I can't honestly remember. It was a gift from someone special.
Can I cast Detect Magic to determine the exact spell and what it does?
You can definitely cast Detect Magic. It will take a few moments to figure out the exact school of magic. I don't think you'd be able to determine the exact spell.
Could I do like a
But I mean, you can cast Detect Magic, obviously.
Could I do like a history check to see if I've kind of like seen one before or what exactly?
Sure.
Was there something? Let's see. 12. Yeah, that was a bad roll.
Yeah, you're not sure, but after casting Detect Magic,
Yeah, I gotta hit that button, right? I gotta hit.
Yeah. now Detect Magic can be cast as a ritual, which means that it doesn't take up a spell slot,
Okay.
but the ritual does take, I believe, 15 or 30 minutes.
It
Well,
depends.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so Harsh turns to his little band of misfits and asks if he wants. He says, "Our esteemed teacher here can't remember exactly what this does. You guys willing to wait 15 or so minutes while I cast Detect Magic to maybe determine a little bit more information, or do you want to go?"
Right. If
I
we're on the
think
because
move.
especially we have
both
more
can
information
prepare.
to help us.
Well, yes. But what if you just spent that time while we were traveling? That would at least give you something
Can't you
to
do it on the way?
Well, I wouldn't mind waiting because what I would like to do is I would like to hit the library and read up on this manor we are going to. See if I can find any blueprints or possible any extra information we could use.
Do we want to take 30 minutes to pack at least? Maybe that'll give you enough time.
So you would know that library consists of 3 different floors, and is probably it probably has about 300,000 books or scrolls, a combination. It's not as organized as you would hope it is.
Unfortunate. Alright.
In that case, I think maybe we roll the dice on this one. If they're sending us, it can't be that dangerous.
Rituals are 10 minutes longer than normal casting time. All right. So if you want, you can do it in the carriage.
Okay. All right, well, I say we get our equipment, meet up at the carriage, and let's go. We'll learn more about this trinket along the way.
Very well.
The little bear.
Off we go then. Real quick, as just a D&D question in general, will my horse need food and whatnot? I mean, obviously, yeah, but...
Yes, your horse would need feed, but where you're going is specifically a location in a forest. There's going to be lots of grazing opportunity. So if you don't want to worry about food, you don't have to. If you really do, though.
Jesus, bye. Alright. Alright, well, I'll start heading into the, did I carry most of my equipment because I feel safer with it? I'll just head straight to the, stables and kind of prep my personal horse for travel.
All right.
I'll go.
No, that was Realm. Okay.
Oh, he disconnected.
He
Yeah, you
did
gotta
say
put
in
it
the
down.
chat. Yeah, he did say in the chat to go ahead. He's still always out, but it's up to us, I think.
Well, we got an entire day to get to the place, so we could
True.
just
Might
It's
as
true.
well
We're
go.
just traveling.
Okay, so
Come on, guys, okay.
you all get ready, climb onto the baboon, or
The bamboo.
yeah, you
The
climb
baboon.
onto the carriage. Does anyone know how to ride? Does anyone know how to control a carriage?
What check would that be?
Proficiency with land vehicles.
Yeah.
And no.
Nope.
I have
Yeah,
to
no.
go.
We still regularly
Who's-
drive.
Oh, you know
Why?
what?
Who's got the best
Animal handling.
animal handling?
I have a whopping
I have
plus
a-
Where would
zero
that
spell.
be at?
Mine
Oh,
isn't.
That's in
skill.
skills.
Yeah, mine's a
wisdom
-1, so not me. I think I scare the horses, if anything.
I have a +4, so
Oh, you got a
They were
plus
higher than
4.
mine.
yeah.
I like
Bundle
that.
animal
Yeah, it's a
handling.
little bit more than mine.
Horses are just naturally scared of you. That's wonderful.
Let's see. Yeah,
my
and
animal handling
Niraz
is
is only
+2.
+1. So, Harsh. Who has the next best animal handling?
I have a +1.
I have 2.
You got a 2?
I got
All
a 2.
right. So, when Harsh needs to take a break, you'll take over.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, Harsh, I would love for you to give me an animal handling check, please.
Roll. They just read a standard roll, right?
Yep. Click the animal handling button.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
right.
18. Wow.
Ooh.
Beautifully done. You get up into the carriage's seat, and once everyone is inside, does anyone want to stay outside beside Harsh?
If there's
No.
space,
Doesn't
I'll
know,
sit
I
up with
guess.
All right. Bay is gonna sit up with you, and you flick the reins skillfully, like surprisingly well. It's impressive for one of your first times leading a coach like this. And the horses begin to canter with the clops of the hooves moving into the town. And according to what you've been told and how to get there, you go to the east. And exiting the city of Galazen from Rittel University's campus takes about an hour and a half to get to the gates. Large city. And then you are off. You are cantering the horses. The ride is bumpy. You know, these carriages are not made for comfort as much as just ease of travel. Is there anything that you all would like to talk about while you're traveling? Like, do you want to get to know each other?
So my question is that I can't perform the ritual of detect magic while I am actually driving the carriage, correct?
No, you can't. You can always give the reins over to Bay.
Because
As
we're
long as
already
we're going in a
going.
straight line, I think I can do it.
Yeah. Like you've already got the horses settled in. They're
clopping
just
away.
on the move.
All right. Well, I would like to do that so we can cast that spell to see if we can't learn more about the object that we're supposed to shove down the throat of a monster.
All right, so give me detect magic.
All right. Now, how do I run that one?
You just click the spell in your spell list.
Okay.
It is a level 1 spell, so you would be using up a spell slot.
I thought a ritual.
Oh no,
didn't use the
sorry,
spell
ritual.
slot.
You're right. My bad. It will be done in a ritual form. So you won't be using a spell slot. It just takes 10 minutes extra.
Okay.
Oh, I broke my neck. That felt great.
So how do I cast it?
Don't worry. It's 100% fine. So
Okay.
you get.
Do you get new background music for the ride?
Certainly.
Chuck just sitting here be like, we're off to like fucking raid a temple or something.
No, we're about to simply walk into Mordor.
Yeah, it's just like death music is playing.
I'm
We
just sitting here
simply
and I'm like,
stroll through Mordor.
I don't remember
Let's see,
killing
what's
anybody
this one?
yet.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine for a little ride.
Yep.
So you begin the ritual to determine to cast detect magic and make me just a simple con save. Just make me a con save.
All of us?
No, just her.
Okay, I'm gonna just click on Constitution
Yep.
and hit roll.
You can do this.
That's con check.
Nope.
But
Oh,
what is your con save modifier?
We have proficiency of 2, so it should be 2 higher than that if he's proficient.
Which I believe clerics are, maybe.
it says +3 over here, but that's throwing say modifier.
Yeah, saving throw.
Yeah, and it is +3. So your first attempt at casting the ritual in this bumpy ride is being a little bit more difficult. But then on your second attempt, you make all the proper hand motions. You make all the proper vocal components, and finally, light glows around your hands. This yellowish light, as you attempt to divine anything you can from this little pearl that you were given, and you learn that there is School of Divinity, and and evocation.
Now, just as a question, does detect magic only do the object, or is it like an area?
It's cone of vision in front of you, I believe.
It is a cone in front of you. So if you are in the carriage, you would not be in front of his detect magic.
Oh, okay, cool. Just checking. No,
Yeah.
no reason.
Just checking so he doesn't detect all the necromancy on me. Yikes.
I mean, yeah, nothing like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was just,
So yeah,
I was being
you get
considerate.
divination,
Shivu885, thank you so much for the follow. Climb into the box
School-
for it. Comfy,
School
get
of
cozy. We
Divination
got hot chocolate, we
and
got
School
marshmallows,
of
we got blankets, and now
Evocation.
we got you. How the hell are you?
Okay.
So
Well, with that knowledge, can I share that with the group?
sure. Why don't you also give me an Arcana check?
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Hit Arcana.
This could also be
And
time for those smart people to tell the rest of us what a babao is and everything at the same time.
yeah, all right, I'm gonna roll. All right.
Oh, so
Oh, dang.
you get the feeling that he definitely he did not lie to you. This is definitely capable of detecting or divining something. Whether it's fiends, you can't really tell yet. Also, evocation, from your study of the arcane, being a arcane cleric, you're pretty you know that evocation is generally where like the spells fireball comes from, or like scorching ray and that kind of thing. So
Right.
it is likely that it does do what he thinks it does.
But it's not specifically for that, but it would do the job. Okay.
You can't tell until it's used.
Right.
You don't know what specific spells have been scrawled or enchanted into this item.
Okay.
But you definitely know that there's divination and evocation on this, which could mean that it's going to blow up whatever you throw at it, or maybe you can use it to cast a fireball. You're pretty sure it won't just cast a fireball randomly. Like that's
It would have to be focused on, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's actually good information, because then at some point we could probably test that. Because I highly doubt that it's a single-use item, especially since he gave it to us for detect and to shove down fiends' throats to make them explode. So it doesn't seem like it's a consumable.
Well, I imagine items that explode probably would only do that once. If we come
No,
into
they cause
serious trouble,
cause the fiend to explode, which means we would be able to get the item back to shove down another fiend's throat. Right? You know what I'm saying?
So, are we sure that it is more of just an enchanted rock, or more like a divine, I don't know, hand-sized implement of explosion?
Well, so that's what I would be explaining to the group is that through my spell and how I feel the object is that it will do what our teacher told us it'll do, but it also may do other things that we're just not aware of at this point in time.
All right.
I suppose we should be very careful with it then, especially the exploding part. Even if it
Yeah.
doesn't break the item, exploding while it's next to one of us is probably still going to be quite dangerous.
Right. So, yeah. So at that point in time, is the object safe to be held by somebody that can cast magic or not? That would be the question.
As far as you're aware, you don't think that it will randomly explode. Unfortunately, he didn't tell you the method of activation.
Right, which is what that's my curious part. Because if one of us magic casters are holding it and we cast a spell, does that, whether it's on it or something else, does that trigger it? Right? Because we don't know. All he told us is it'll glow and then it causes things to explode, which means that if I'm casting Firebolt, does it also then cast Firebolt with me? Because we don't know. Like, that's something we'll have to try.
Yes, that is definitely something that you would have to learn through trial and error, because Sir Rook was not the most wise and
Right.
did not tell you how it worked. You don't even know if he knows exactly how it works.
Right. Well, that's the reason why I decided to cast detect magic, because if he was unsure and he's giving it to us, it could be the nuclear bomb or it could be the Holy Grail. So that's why I needed to find out. And that's why I'm sharing that knowledge with the group, because then maybe they, at some point, because I can't cast every spell, somebody else in the group may be able to cast a spell as well. So maybe I try it with certain spells and then we hand it off. They try it with certain spells to see if we can figure out what triggers this device. And maybe along the way, maybe we discover the incantation to actually activate it so we can do more with it. That's why I'm sharing the knowledge with the group.
You hear that, everybody?
Correct.
He shared his knowledge with you.
I took all that knowledge and I went, huh. Well, thank you so much for that information. I will.
Upon hearing it had like relatively divine qualities, I kind of recoiled.
Very good observation, yeah. Since my character is part of the divinity, yeah. Actually, that would probably be also a good point, is that probably anybody that's could be harmed by divinity probably shouldn't carry it.
Well,
I wouldn't be harmed by divinity, I just don't like it.
it's definitely not like a holy relic. It is just the school of divination, right. Which is it's like scrying spells are divination. Detect magic is a divination spell.
Right.
So yeah, like, you think that it could also be some form of alarm spell, maybe. It's difficult to tell. He told you that it will glow when near fiendish creatures, and he surmised that if you shoved it down a fiend's throat, it will cause it to explode.
Okay.
Whether that be from
spell or whatever,
you don't know. He didn't say there was an activation to it either, so it could just be something automatic when it meets the right requirements.
I don't hear the beautiful key tapping anymore.
Would I be able to use my perception to try to figure it out, or?
You don't hear the mechanical keyboard? Is that what you're talking about? Those are all
No,
very good
that would
ideas.
have been that would have been your Arcana roll.
Right. Okay.
Didn't know anybody actually missed those.
And short of
I have the space for
an
that.
actual natural
like
20,
right here, the little cardboard space.
it,
But I didn't get everybody's tokens in time, so.
it is difficult to surmise
Okay.
what exactly this device does. You know it. You're almost 100% sure that it's not just going to blow up in anyone's hands.
Okay.
Like it's been on
I was
you
hoping.
this entire
That's all.
time, and even through casting detect magic, like nothing
Thank you,
happened.
Jacka.
It
Yeah.
it didn't become reactive when it was jostled and bumped around by the cart or by the carriage. So it's likely that it needs specific
Words or
specific
something else, I
catalysts.
said. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll I'll explain to the group that for now I'll hold on to it. But if anybody has any insights into it or can think of anything, we'll try it.
Now, where do you have this on your body? Like, do you have it out in your hand? Do you?
Currently, I guess it would be in my hand because, I was just examining it.
I don't even know what to type.
But
What is it?
probably safer to put it into. I don't know if my character really has pockets. Being a wanderer, I do have the bag with me, but I would probably say if I had a chance, I would probably put it. Because I don't know, you didn't really describe the size. It's just a small pearl, which makes it small.
It's about thumbnail
assuming-
sized.
Yeah, it's a pearl. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking about. Pearl. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't have anywhere else to put it except in my bag or in my pocket. That's the best way to put it. I'll just probably put it in my pocket for now.
All right. So, is there anything anyone else would like to do? Like, and anything that anyone would like to talk about? Get to know one another. Drink a coffee in the rickety, bouncy carriage, spilling everywhere.
I'm going to take my book out and I'm going to pull out a cool pen and I'm going to make some notes on what I've been told, or at least that's, what it appears that I'm doing anyway. I'm going to sow distrust at an early stage. But no, I'm definitely going to write down little bits of things while I'm...
The rat looks over your shoulder and sees that you drew a butt.
What?
No, I'm joking.
Muscular.
Hold on here.
Rat butt.
Asha's gonna lean kind of against your back, like looking out, her her snake eyes darting back and forth, and she's muttering, "Yes, I agree. No, death. No, it's fine." Kind of like every 5 seconds or so.
I like to think that Bay chilling up front is, holding very still because he's not used to driving animals, so he just wants to let them go where they are willing to go on the road.
Give me an animal
and doesn't
handling
want to
check.
mess it up. An animal handling?
Yeah.
All right, time to yikes.
You might
well.
have. Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh, well.
Unless you don't
Oh.
need it.
20.
Oh well. Yeah, no, you managed to keep the horses steady, and with a little pull on the reins every so often, you're actually managing to steer around a lot of big rocks on the road and not get the carriage wheels like caught up. So it's been a
5-foot
little
deep pothole here.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like to think that he's essentially doing as like the minimum he is required to keep them going because he's like, I don't want to mess this up.
Exactly.
And he's so still that like a butterfly or something lands on him, and then promptly Asha snatches it off of him and eats it.
Exactly.
Looks incredibly satisfied while doing it.
Just sitting here drawing and listening to Asha mutter and occasionally answering and being like, no, of course, dear. Of course not. Well, I'm drawing in my book, my perfectly normal book, that, is just fine. So.
Super normal,
nothing weird.
definitely not cursed book.
Yeah. Super
It definitely
normal
doesn't
book.
say Necronomicon, do not read on it.
No, I mean, it's a black leather round book that has, maybe like some strange embroidery that looks like maybe a closed eye on the front of it. And I don't know, maybe it's got silver filigree around it. And, maybe it smells kind of like copper, but that's about it. Nothing too weird. Just, a book. What harm could come from reading a book?
Lots of harm.
Bay also has probably sad most of his gear besides like one of his hatchets and his shield, which is on his arm, like next to Asha, because he imagines she's going to at most search it for bugs, and doesn't particularly distrust anyone, but it doesn't feel comfortable with people going through his stuff without asking. So he's like, I'm gonna put it next to her because she's probably not going to do anything to it.
She'll look at it
Needs the book.
suspiciously, and then kind of look at everyone else more suspiciously, and almost like she's gonna guard it.
He put this strange thing next to me, but I know it's not able to move, so I trust it more than everyone else.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Where's Realm?
This is amazing.
Are you almost here? Are you almost back, Realm?
Sylvie.
Yes, Asha. Yes. What's up?
Shadow people.
Oh, yes? Here, out there?
Here.
Gotcha. 1 second. And she'll stop writing, and she'll basically set her pen down, and she will go ahead and cast Minor Illusion. And as she casts Minor Illusion, what will happen is the illusion is it's going to be a little tiny version of Asha that's glowing kind of like a highlighter. It's going to be dancing along the walls, shooing away the shadow people. And she's going to move her fingers like a puppeteer, making it dance and spin across basically the canvas of the cart.
Yes. And she'll clap her hands and just kind of lean back like everything is right with the world.
Bay, on the other hand, has kind of turned around and said, what was that about people? Is there someone nearby? Did I miss something?
He gets sad when no one even answers him.
Wait,
They
what?
blatantly ignore him.
Sorry. No, sorry. Chocta did a thing.
I think Finch has fallen asleep at this point on the carriage ride.
I'll just look at
Yeah,
Faye, kind
yeah.
of confused. Like, what do you mean? And then Sylvia will just go, oh, gotcha. No, this is just... don't worry about it. It's handled. Everything's fine. No one else is here that they shouldn't be. We took care of it.
All right. Let me know if you see something out of place. We should always take a look in case it's dangerous. Someone might get hurt on the road.
Things
Oh,
are
dear.
always out of place. What are you talking about?
Sylvie's gonna kind of like tap her finger a little bit in the air, not on anything, just kind of wiggles it at Asha's direction and go, oh, dangerous words. But don't worry, we'll keep everything safe.
You're right. No one should know. And then she kind of like leans back again and closes her eyes like she's gonna go to sleep.
There.
Well, that was mildly worrying.
Oh no, this is just an odd little eccentric little tidbit. Nothing to worry about, Faye. Nothing to worry about. You've never had anybody that sees things that you can't see.
Well, one professor did summon an invisible creature in class once and tormented a few kids with it to teach us a lesson or two, and also help some of the magic users who were learning to cast things like detect magic.
Exactly. Something like that. It's just, well, even a little bit more special.
Yeah. Kill them. She goes back to sleep.
Sylvie's just gonna kind of look just deadpan at Bay, just the straightest face that she can muster, and go, "See?
Bay has actually turned his head around to look into the carriage. And while I'm doing that, I would like to roll a perception to see what the rat is doing.
just rolling a
Okay,
17
roll perception.
I don't notice. I'm too distracted by the no, kill them.
What is Fitch doing?
She was supposed to be sleeping. I accidentally
Stealthily
rolled that.
sleeping?
Yeah, she looks like she's still awake, but she's not.
Alright.
So, in my while everybody else is doing their strangeness in the back, I went through a meditation and realized that I have the ability to channel divinity into any object.
Yes.
I'm wondering if would like to ask the crew if it's okay if I were to channel divinity into the object to see if it does anything while we're on our trip.
Someone else laugh.
Wait, did somebody else leave? No? Everybody
I
stayed?
accidentally checked out. No worries.
Oh, gotcha.
Ah, yes, the happy couple accidentally clicking the wrong thing.
Right.
I guess I had nobody protest.
Would we even
yeah.
know if you were gonna do it?
He said he was asking.
Yeah, he was asking.
He was asking.
Very
Because if I
distracted
do it and it
driving.
starts casting random fireballs everywhere, we need to know.
I would much rather not have you do anything to upset the divine hand-shaped explosive.
Yeah, I'm straight
in
up
the
asleep.
cart.
So.
Perhaps we could wait until we get there.
We could
Okay.
do that if we rest for the evening. It's somewhere
Yes.
out in an open area.
But listen, we don't even own these carts. They're rented. Can you imagine how the school is going to look upon us if we come back with their cart, razzed and holy fire, full of holes, and one creaky wheel and a half-dead horse? No.
I'm sure it would be fine because we would just tell them the object the teacher gave us for our adventure is what caused it to build a teacher.
Oh, I like
While
you.
you were-
That is perfect.
While you're talking and holding this object, it's probably been like 2 or 3 hours into your travel. It flares to light in your hand. It glows brightly, like it enough to, if you were in a dark room, it would illuminate probably as bright as the light spell.
Oh my god. Jedediah, thank you so
Okay,
much for the raid.
well,
Hello, guys.
harsh being the character I am.
One second, guys.
Realm. All right,
Welcome back.
well,
Eric Walker, thank you so
You
much.
wanna
for
wait
the
for
follow,
Realm to
comment,
get
and
back
bonus
so I
support.
can-
Get comfy, get cozy. We
because
got
Realm's
the
probably,
marshmallows, we got the
he's
so
just
now we
been
got
following
you.
behind
How
us and his
are you?
horse, so he probably would see the light
bring that
because he
down,
wasn't
Mal.
part of the
Don't you
conversation
bring
because he
that
wasn't
evil
close
down on
enough.
us.
So we'll wait till he gets back.
Yeah.
All right. Plus, I think Ephy just got a raid, so we'll wait till she's done doing her raid talk.
I'm just muting while I'm kind of doing the things so you guys don't get interrupted.
No, that's fine because as soon as Realm comes back, we've got something to do.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go
Well,
grab.
do we go
I'm
for
gonna
a
grab a
short break?
refill.
Just a short break where we can get up, stretch, go get a drink, come back, about 5 minutes.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Excellent.
Everybody good with
Captain,
that?
you know what to do.
Walk
Yeah.
around.
Works for me.
All right, we're gonna go take a short little break. Jedediah, how was Hunt?
You know why she got such a nice carpet?
Wow. Okay. Hello. We're back. How you doing?
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Got to remove
Only on
this.
my own stream. This is
Hey, hey.
BS.
Yeah, welcome to having Drezek do anything with you.
What do you mean?
You just take over.
No.
Oh, yeah.
And you
You used to
throw the
welcome
child's
people
body
to my
down
stream.
the stairs.
Welcome to my stream, everyone.
Right.
And he'd be like, "Yeah, welcome to my stream, guys." And then everyone was just like, "What is this? Is this Drezek stream now?"
Welcome to Drezek Stream. This is the litter box, and
I love it.
The brownies
we're
are
all
free.
here to have fun. So,
Hold on,
before the
one
break.
second. My apologies. 1 second.
Okay. But anyway, before the break,
Okay.
the group have been traveling for several hours while dealing with this, well, each other's intricacies and eccentricities.
And me not knowing any of you still, because we barely
Yep.
talk.
And Harsh studying this little thumbnail-sized pearl.
Oh, Jesus, that's small. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was.
I mean, it's big for a pearl.
Oh, fair.
And as he was talking, there was the pearl in his hand began to glow. A bright light. Asha, the dagger you own does nothing. Your dagger doesn't do anything. It's silent in its sheath. But the stone is glowing. And what do you all do?
Well, I, noticing the stones glowing, yell out to the remaining crew in the thing here, my little party, and tell them to wake up. The stone's glowing.
They, oh, you didn't do that. It's doing it on its own?
I have no idea, but I'd rather everybody be awake just in case.
She's gonna stretch, and she's gonna look down at her dagger, and then look over at the pearl and go, "It's not dangerous," and roll over and go back to sleep.
I'm gonna... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna first distance my horse from the wagon a little bit. Not by too much, though. And I guess I'm gonna kind of perceive, see if I can see if anything's happening either along the road or anything the orb is causing to change our heading or atmosphere. So I guess.
So, do we need to do a perception check now?
Yes, please. I would appreciate whoever is looking for danger to give me a perception check.
That would also be me.
Can
I'll
I
close
stealth?
my book, but
Jesus Christ! All right then. Fuck me.
I'll close my book and take a peek.
Bay will be looking specifically in the road to see if there's anything that might be troublesome. Do you want me to roll for that, or will that be separate?
You can also give me a roll for that. So,
I did
Harsh.
have disadvantage anyways, but shit.
Can I do
Technically,
the stealth?
You are currently in a carriage. There's no reason to stealth.
Oh.
Everyone in the carriage will still be able to see you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, you'd basically be.
I like how
not
the rat is like, light screen.
Pretty much. You can like get on the floor.
Can I get underneath like the bench we're in?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. You can get under the bench.
Oh my god.
But Harsh and Sylviana, you both are like, well, Harsh especially, you're high alert. You don't see anything.
Wait, 1 second.
Okay.
There's no
Hey, Rob?
visible. Sorry,
Who's
what?
I'm sorry. Who's making the crunchy paper noise?
It's probably me. I'm eating. Let me mute.
Okay. Yeah, could you just do push the talk just because we don't hear you eating, we just hear the crunchy paper.
Yeah.
That's okay. It just scared me. I was like, what the hell is that? Thank you.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Do you say anything about not seeing anything?
Hold on. I'm thinking. So, as I don't see anything, I let everybody in the cart know that where I currently am looking or able to see, even with my, I'm guessing it's not nighttime, so it's clear as day.
Shit out of me.
It is clear as day.
Okay. Yeah.
100%.
I tell everybody, hey guys, I don't see anything, but the stone is still glowing. Does anybody else see anything?
Do I see anything
Maybe
in the
we're
road?
just getting close to our destination.
You also don't see anything on the road.
Okay. No
Like-
pitfalls or anything. That's good.
No
I see
pitfalls,
nothing.
nothing like that.
Bay, still concentrating on the road, will say, you did say earlier that there are potentially some fiends that can turn invisible. Is it possible that some of them are about?
That's true. But if but Hars reminds Bay, but if they are invisible, I don't think my detect magic can find them.
Could I run an investigations check, see if I can see any branches or anything like that taken down, or would that be more of survival?
Your proximity to the your direct surroundings, if yes, you certainly you can give me a survival check to see if there's any disturbed or looks out of place around you.
Okay.
Okay.
18.
18. You see that there are a number of tracks all running through the running all through the forest. Well, not through the forest, but along this trail. You don't notice anything that's really out of place, however. You don't think that there's anything in your immediate vicinity, like within 15 or 20 feet around you, leading off into the bushes where you can't really see any further. It does not appear like there's anything out of the ordinary.
So my question is now is, do we think the jewel lights up if there's something within 30 feet? Or we don't know? That's my question. So
I don't think
covered
we
by
know.
your Arcana check from earlier.
yeah, I don't know. Let's because if needed, since I was a reminder, somebody remind me as they're invisible, my detect magic won't do anything, but I could channel divinity and use some of my arcane magic. And if there's an invisible fiend within 30 feet, they have to, well, basically they're just going to run and make a bunch of noise. So at least we'll know.
Maybe we could wait until we get into the narrower confines, because that's where we would be ambushed if there was something wrong.
I also have something that could help us detect things, but that only goes how far? 20 feet cube from us. So
I
Okay.
can detect evil within, or good as well, within 60 foot.
Then Harsh would kindly ask the sexy rat to try and see if they can't find anything.
Yeah, I'll focus real hard underneath this.
I was gonna say, well, you're underneath a
and
bench.
see if I can pinpoint any evil creatures.
My question is, did you guys stop the horses or are you continuing?
Bay probably slowed because the light's a little bit bright in his eye, but he's still going unless the horses have started to become upset due to the sunlight.
Yeah, as far as I know, we're still moving, but
All right, so you
Slower
Probably
pace though.
kinda
because
slow
horses
to-
might bolt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be kind of dumb to stop at this point.
Yeah, no, that's. So you probably would have made it to there by this point. Could you roll me detect good and evil? Let me.
the fuck
see
is
that.
that roll?
It just happens as an action. You can detect good and evil into the end of your next turn. You can
Oh,
send
it's not a
anything.
spell.
Yeah, it's an ability.
Just-
You can sense anything that's affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind cover. You can use this feature 4 times per long rest.
Well, everything would probably be behind cover at this point if we're being ambushed.
Oh, total cover specifically.
Okay.
Mhm,
You don't detect anything from Bay.
So you're not a celestial, fiend, or undead. You're not affected by the hollow spell. Interesting. And you're not good or evil.
You detect nothing from Bay, but I think I don't. Does the spell say how it works if it can't detect something?
It just doesn't detect it, I imagine. It's like there's
Okay. Do you have any
free
insights on that? Dresik?
Within there, as you hone your divine sense, you do detect evil within the vicinity of your 60 feet.
there is something not okay near us. So be prepared. Now I'll draw my short sword.
Does it tell you?
It does tell me the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 foot.
You sense that there are 2 fiends upon the ridge to your north.
I fucking knew it.
I'll point towards them and go,
From under the bench. Up
yes,
there.
Over there!
way.
If you think about it, it's a real good idea because they can't see her do that, but the people in the carriage can see where she's
Correct.
pointing.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was planning for the future this entire time.
Well, that kind of fucks me because I'm not sure if I can see where you are.
Yeah, but
You probably
you can't. So, but once everybody
Yeah.
else looks.
Yeah, I can-
All right. So how far away are they technically from us? She's
They
within.
are. She can sense them up here.
Okay.
That is literally, I believe, 55 feet away.
Okay.
Well, it's problematic for my magic.
I'm going to state for the record that Bay is concentrating on driving because he would like to not crash.
Okay. So, as she points to that area, I would like to go ahead and cast Firebolt.
Wait, actually, hold on. How far is that? That's 50 feet?
Yep, about
Now
55
it's-
feet.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before you cast fire spell, what is a level 1 spell?
Yeah, see, mine's a cantrip. It's not level 1, so I would. And it's
Yeah,
kind of got like a nice little area effect. So if something is there,
See, what I could do is feign ring
a little
fire. Right. Well, I got Vereen Fire,
Fairy fire. Yeah.
which basically lights up anything in a 20-foot cube. I can cast it up to 60 feet away. And it will. Let's see. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light. If they fail a dexterity saving throw for the dungeon object in a 10-foot radius. So we could pretty much pinpoint them if I cast that.
Are they 55? Are they within 60 feet of you though? Because you're behind the carriage.
They are currently, yes.
Okay.
They have not moved. But like,
So that is if we want to do that. Or, I mean, we can just light the entire fucking mountainside on fire. That works too.
No, go ahead and cast, because if you hit it and there's something there, then I can hit it.
yeah, firebolt requires, the ability to see the target.
Okay.
It's a rock. I just point to the nearest rock.
But you're just gonna light up the rock.
Just light up the mountainside.
She pointed towards an area, and I light it up.
So yeah, let me use this.
Iron Man style, you know?
Okay. So it's a 1 minute
Duration?
concentration up to 1 minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. They need to roll an 11 dexterity save.
All right, let's see if they can do it. Well, first one was a 3. So they are both now illuminated. Oh. GM layer. Boom.
All right.
What's the map on the GM layer? Oh shit!
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. They're now both illuminated by
Ooh.
fairy fire.
Little bastards. Look at them hiding on that ridge. Sipping their
But what
eggs.
you see is bodies, like just invisible things, like with
With the glowing aura.
glowing dust all around them.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Gross.
so
So
I'm telling out to my team that I'm doing a firebolt.
All right.
All
I
right.
need
Are
Okay.
we going to roll for initiative?
once you do that, I need initiatives.
Okay.
Okay.
So slap down your.
My depressing initiative roll.
Oh, you think yours is bad? Mine's probably bad.
I got
All right, where's
11.
my
Well, what I need from you first is an attack roll.
Yeah.
from me?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that I click on the firebolt and I just click on the symbol that it has for it, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's probably not good.
That is.
1 second.
Oh, I have advantage on initiative rolls.
Oh wait, or is that an attack one?
That was just the damage.
Okay, so where is the attack roll?
I'm sorry.
We're talking about the lady from REA.
So,
I don't have any.
you click
attack.
the hit
Okay.
to the +6 button on Firebolt.
Okay.
19 definitely hits, and you did 2 points of damage.
Wait, you rolled twice for initiative?
I get advantage because of an item that I carry.
Okay.
Yeah, Lady Dim is. Yep, that one.
I don't even know if these things are bad or not.
If it lit up blue, it means it wasn't good.
Uh-oh.
combat.
And you deal 2 points of damage. To which one?
Hold on. I reloaded here. So I'm going to say the one farthest away from me. So whatever, the one that's actually straight lined. Yeah.
All right.
This one here.
Whoops. There we go. All right. You sling out your firebolt, and you see your spell smash into this small creature, singeing him, but it doesn't seem like it did that much damage.
All right.
Like you no, let's delete that. And turn. And turn. Turn. Let's see initiatives.
I believe I got a 10.
So on the attack that I did, can I follow up with a bonus or no?
Not right now.
No. Okay.
Bay got 9. Tell me who got what on initiative.
Asha got
22.
7.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Asha 7.
I got
77.
22.
22. What about Sylviana?
I got 11.
11. And Hirsch, did Hirsch roll initiative?
There's
I don't
an
think so.
initiative-
Wait,
There's an initiative
Where
button
it-
that's right next to armor class.
It's right under proficiency.
oh, yeah. Okay. I'll just roll it.
Yep.
All right.
Came up with 3.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's okay.
I feel that, homie.
It's okay with that because, we had, oh my goodness, my thing.
You
right
got the
here.
initial strike.
Right. I got the initial one, right? Yeah, because Nira lit him up. I got the initial strike, so technically, if we didn't have I didn't have the first round hit, at least everybody else can see them.
That's right.
That is
And
fair.
they know we're serious.
Okay. Move that one off screen somewhere.
I mean, I guess yelling at them to come out because we know you're there would have been also good, but at this point, I don't care.
Quick, everyone find the token and go kill it.
No, fuck you. All right, Finch, you're up. You are cowering under the bench.
I think
Thank you,
I'm going to
Chacha.
continue cowering, but I'm going to move out. I'm going to move from. Hold on.
Slight reminder: the cage is still going.
Your carriage
Or
is
the
not
carriage is
stopping.
still going.
Sessions are
Yeah.
gonna be
Oh, it's still
kind of
going?
like whenever the
Yeah.
DMs are.
Do you think we were going to stop while the enemy's up there? Come on, little sexy rat. You know better.
This is
Leave me and my 8 intelligence alone, okay?
Oh, it tells me to
That's
stop, I'll
pretty
stop. But
smart.
right now, I'm focusing on driving.
There's not really a lot I can do.
It depends
I'll
on
just
how popular it
prepare
is,
my
how many
dagger to
people
throw
we
it
get,
if
and
need
that
be.
kind of thing. Like if it's like a demand
if I get anywhere within like a range, you can throw it.
Gotta make
I
sure
would
the
love to
DM's
see
ready
you
for it.
just fucking hoof a knife all the way up that fucking cliff. I'm going to draw my bow and arrow,
Honestly, I don't know, but they look like little horrible
and
little buggy things.
I am going to, or my longbow, I should say.
Look at those little fuckers.
Yep.
And
Look at them,
I am
they're
going
adorable.
to try to shoot the one closest to me, which I believe is this one. Yeah. So my guess too is means that we're technically moving. Should I roll disadvantage on it? as
No,
well?
because
No?
of fairy fire.
Okay.
You technically have advantage. Which I forgot for Shep.
Okay.
So Shep,
So
if
maybe,
you want to
maybe
roll
that's actually like a
a
better
firebolt
volume for
attack
you
again,
guys.
Just in case you get a nat 20.
Yeah, those are fiends.
You know.
We have to kind of play like with the DMs ready. So it's gonna be kind of like whenever they're ready. If it's popular and people want more of it, then we'll do more of it or try to.
Sure.
But you know,
Maybe.
we're just kind of playing it by
We'll
ear
deal with
right
that
now.
I'm saying on the. I'm sorry. The damage roll was the hit was 19. So you're saying you want me to re-roll the damage?
Because you technically have advantage.
Ah, okay.
So
okay.
just re-roll to hit. So if
Just
you get
in
a nat
case you
20,
crit.
yeah.
You do more
Oh,
damage.
okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Firebolt. Let me roll with advantage. I mean, I got 19 on the first one,
Nice.
so 19 again. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So no natural 20. So that's fine. All right. Let's go, Nibra.
All right. I'm
Roll
going
with
to
advantage.
roll with. How do I do that again? Exactly.
When you
Do I
click
just
on
roll
it?
twice?
No.
Nope.
When you right click on it, you hit the advantage.
Hold on. Ah, there it is. My bad. Hold on, let me redo that. Advantage 25 with advantage.
Okay. So you take great aim on your horseback, aiming at the center mass of one of these flying critters, and you strike true. Roll me damage.
Roll you damage. A light piercing.
Oh my
10
fucking god,
damage.
soldier, that's amazing. I love it.
Center mass. Your arrow flies true, and you watch as it plunges through the center of this fiendish, invisible monster's body and passes straight through. This
God.
creature drops to the ground. Where previously it was hovering above the ground, it hits the ground, tumbles down the 30-foot tall cliff, and lays lifeless in the bushes.
All right. Now that ends my turn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So it is now Hirsch and Sylviana, from your previous
Oh shit! Hold on, I need to remove
from
an
your
arrow.
previous religion rolls, you would know that this is most likely a quasit.
A quasit is a was-it. Got it.
That's right.
Wow.
Okay, this closet runs to right here.
Shot one.
How far away is that horse? Too far away. So that's the case. It's going to run back onto the cliff, where it is now virtually impossible for you to see.
Little bastard.
And where? Let's see. Let's roll this. I want to change that to always whisper. Yeah. Okay. That's good enough for now. The horses are. Well, never mind. Sylviana.
Ooh.
You've seen the creature run off into the darkness of the forest.
Into the darkness.
Yeah, the darkness.
Gotcha. And I can't see it anymore, correct?
Not right now.
Little jerk. Okay.
Wow. It's a fiend. It can't help it, Ephy.
You know what? Care. I don't care. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Blah, blah, blah.
Shit.
Let's see. So we had a little dude, and he was a little rude. And then since he figured out he couldn't do nothing, he ran off into the woods screaming silently. Well, I'm not getting out of this fucking cart. I'll tell you that much. Fuck that.
Why?
To be fair, his best friend or his / comrade just fell down a 30-foot cliff.
That's true.
I-
That's true. I mean, he kind of deserved it.
I mean, he was singed. I mean, this guy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
got
how
away
dare he
unscathed.
be on the ridge?
His friend used to be an adventurer. Then he took an arrow through the chest.
That is a good point. Oh, I moved myself in a weird way. Anyway,
What are you gonna do?
gosh, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and I'm gonna grab the little body that fell into the ridge.
Oh,
How
heck
much can a
yes,
mage
dinner.
hand lift?
Is it like 10
let's
pounds?
Up to 1 or up to 5
Up to 10 pounds.
It's not a lot.
Up to 10.
I'm gonna see if I can carry it over here. I'm not sure how big the thing is.
I'm a little sad you can't recover my arrow. it's gone. It's up there
So-
somewhere.
You feel like your mage hand is trying to draw it back. But it's caught on something, maybe?
Huh. Can't just like sit there at the cart tugging on it like a fishing pole.
I mean, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, and we're not getting any purchase. It's not going nowhere.
Like, you know where it is. You through the bushes, you can see that it looks like your mage hand has it by the feet, trying to like pull it towards you. But it looks like something's like got its hands and is just holding strong. So it's literally there, like off the ground. Like,
I think we got more company than we originally thought.
I'm trying to retrieve the body, but somebody's holding it. Anybody want to maybe attack the spot?
Well, here's the question. Do we want to stop or keep moving? Because we can stop and try to regain the spot, but this is stopping. I don't think it's the best idea.
currently in initiative, so a conversation like this will not happen.
Okay.
I'm just going to relay to the party that there is another invisible enemy holding on to the body of their comrade.
All right. Bay, you're still driving.
Yes.
But you're doing great. Like,
Are there any problems with the horses considering a fireball just went over them?
Stop.
it seems like they're fairly well trained.
Oh, thank God.
Or death.
Yeah, so Bay is just gonna say, stop or keep going.
And the horse looks at you like, what?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, the whole thing is to keep going.
Alright, he hears keep
Or-
going, and I continue driving the horses.
Or Elegrid.
No, not poor Elegrid. Elegrid fucks, man. He killed a dude with a mallet. Yeah, I had a horse chat that could wield a two-handed mallet in its mouth, and it killed a wolf.
It was horrifying, actually.
Or beautiful. Yeah.
Look, it only ate one squirrel.
It was like a deer.
Wow.
But
But yeah, I will move carriage
You keep
yonder
going.
forward.
all right, Asha.
Okay, so the one that's out of sight is still in range. And my spell My spell says within range.
What is the spell?
The spell is Firebolt. It's 120 feet of range.
No, you have to have.
Fire.
You have to
What?
have line of sight.
You have to have line of sight for that?
Yeah.
Fine.
You do know that, like, you're looking out the window, and something right here is holding on to
Hit the dead body.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dead body very tightly.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit up and kind of push my hands forward and whisper to myself and hurl a mote of fire toward the dead body, trying to hit whatever's holding its legs.
We're actually all level
Okay.
4.
and cast Firebolt.
We're not level 1. We're level 4. That's how Fireball was cast. Otherwise, I was a little surprised, and then I remembered
Those
we're not level
25
1.
hit.
100% 25 hits.
Holy shit!
Would it be disadvantaged because that
It
one's
would
not
technically be
fire?
disadvantaged.
All right.
I'm not trying to hinder
Does
our
11
team.
hit?
11. Ooh.
Actually, maybe? Question mark.
11 does not hit.
My
Shit.
apologies.
Yeah, 11 does
Dang.
not hit. But it does go screaming by, and all you hear is, "Ah!"
Okay.
If it hasn't
Just
let
gonna-
go of the body, it's well trained
Yeah.
at least.
I'm gonna point out the window and be like, enemy. Before I end my
What
turn.
is wrong with her?
My question would be: Is does the thing let go of the body?
that was kind of my thing.
No,
too.
the body, it's perfect.
It's.
Yeah. I'm mage hand pulling on this thing.
Wait.
Like its buddy is
So
like.
Wait, so the thing that screamed, we still can't see it, right?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Correct.
Then I
it's
end my
holding,
turn.
it's holding on to its friend. It's like, I won't leave you, Johnson. I don't care. You're gonna make it.
Saving fiendish Ryan.
I would feel bad, but I don't.
Right.
Earn this.
Oh my god.
All right. It would regularly be Harsh's turn, but from this cliff over here appears a creature
Who the hell is that thing?
that flies
Oh boy.
20 feet into the air. And it whips its tail,
Oh.
and
Shit.
you see a spine fly out and head towards you, Harsh. What is your
Okay.
AC?
AC is 15.
The spine from this tail deflects harmlessly off your armor. And how much further can it move?
So it jumped 30 feet into the air from the cliff, so it's a total of 60 feet in the air? Jesus.
Aw, thank you, Luciana. Have a good
Still
night. I'm
within
sorry
range.
you can't stay.
Yeah, it's still within range for me as well, but god damn.
Lions can jump 30 feet. I think you mean leap.
It is 30. Yeah, true. It flies over you again, and this time makes a tail spine attack at you from
God.
above. 17 hits.
Oh boy.
You take a total of 4 piercing damage and 4 fire damage as this fiendish creature's spine sinks into your shoulder, just between the material of your armor, and it just immediately cauterizes the wound, but it is still
Oh,
embedded in your
God.
shoulder.
Oh god, ow.
I will use my reaction. Psionic Power, Protective Field. When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to expend 1 psionic energy die and reduce the damage taken. Where's my reaction button?
How much does it reduce it by?
That's what I'm gonna do. It's the same as this, so I'm just gonna roll that.
Okay.
All right, 7 total.
Okay,
you done no damage.
Instead of what I said happened, what actually happened is this spine is literally inches from sinking into your shoulder. But the psionic blast that, like, the psychic energy that is emanated from Bay sends it off trajectory and just leaves a little cut across your cheek, dealing 1 point of damage.
Awesome.
He's still concentrating really hard on driving, but he flicked his violet eyes over and they glow a little bit, and it glances off like a little purple field that pops up in front of you.
I took 1 point of damage from this thing.
Oh my god,
All
Bay's
right.
the girl from Stranger Things.
It is now Harsh's turn.
All right, so now I've got a couple actions, I'm sure. But since
Bonus
he's in the
movement
air, right?
and... Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's no point in moving because we're still moving. What if I do guiding bolt on this thing? I'm gonna cast guiding bolt, and I'm probably gonna. Am I rolling? I'm just regular roll, no disadvantage here, right? Because we're.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a roll. That's a 10. That's
10
probably not gonna hit.
does not hit. It veers just slightly to the side, and your bolt unfortunately slips past.
That's probably because I took damage. Was not able to concentrate. That happens. Let's see here.
Also,
So
can you get some combat music?
if I were to
Sorry.
use
Are you
my
okay?
bonus action spiritual weapon.
Here we go.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Could I use my bonus action spiritual weapon? Conjure that and then try to attack the creature with that?
Your guiding bolt has a cast time of 1 action, correct?
I'm assuming it does.
So that means you wouldn't be
during
able to
one
take.
round. Okay.
Yeah, you would not be able to take another attack action on the same
It's
round.
not okay. Hold on.
Now you can pull out your mace or your spiritual weapon.
Well, I have a
Actually, one second.
Double check here because I have a
Well,
shield.
spiritual weapons
You're-
a spell where
no,
you
yeah.
summon the weapon and then the weapon attacks.
Yes, never
Yeah,
mind.
right.
So you would have to use your bonus action to, summon your spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And then
Okay, spiritual weapon is the summon, and then this weapon itself attacks, right? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Now
Alright.
let's see. Yeah, no, yeah. You.
Hell yeah, Zadin. That's what that is.
So, what kind of weapon do you summon? And for spiritual weapon, you
Yeah.
can summon it like off the ground. That
Right.
is
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's what I was reading. So I also figured since he's flying, I could use that to
Yes.
attack him. Right. Yeah. Because I could summon it above the ground 5 feet from him and do the attack.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, you click on the hit, right?
You hit the plus
Okay.
6 to hit.
Okay, that puts it at
23.
Oh, damn.
Nice, that definitely hits.
okay, and now I got to do the damage roll. That's probably not going to do a lot, but
That's 7. Not
7
bad.
damage. That's better than 0,
yeah,
That is.
like the first one.
right?
How did the first one do
All
0
right.
damage?
He missed.
It missed.
Oh god.
Because I just got attacked and got a thing on my face,
Yep.
you know? So
That
the first
is
one
fair.
didn't quite go there. Yeah.
At least you don't have a searing tail in your shoulder
Sexy
blade.
rat girl.
True.
Uncomfortably
Hi.
sexy rat, it is your turn.
Can I sneak along the side of the carriage down this way?
Yep.
We are moving. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Technically, carriage would be about right here right now.
Yeah.
I would like to end up here,
Yep.
and then I want to sneak attack this creature.
It is
If you
30 feet in
realize
the air.
it's 30 feet in the air.
It's 30 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flying.
What the
Ha.
fuck? Okay, I'm
Look
gonna
at
go
you,
back
dumb
to
rat.
the thing
Look
behind
at you.
My dagger 30 feet.
No, it has a range.
It would be a disadvantage.
You peek your head out the window and go, yeah, no.
You know what you could do?
What?
Stand on top of the carriage.
That ship's kicking ass.
What would that do?
You'd probably be revealed at that
You'd be
point.
about 15 feet away from it.
I still can't stab it from that distance.
You can throw at it though.
I don't want to lose my knives.
I mean, as
Aw.
long as it impales the creature, you'll get it back.
Yeah, don't go through like Myra did. It's just depressing.
I'll give you a knife.
It was a great shot, but
Sure, I'll
Myra's gone.
do that. I'll go to the top of the carriage and throw a knife.
All right. You are surfing on.
Hunter Vietnam, thank you so much for the follow. Climb into the box for it, get comfy, get
Oh,
hot chocolate,
definitely
we got
hit.
marshmallows, we got blankets, we got you. How the hell are you?
Rats
It's
know how
even
to
don't get
surf.
sneak damage on this one.
Unfortunately, not.
Oh my gosh, it won't let me click the thing. It keeps
Holy
moving
shit,
every time.
guys, that rat has a knife.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Ooh.
Oh.
I can't do anything without my sneak damage.
You can. Don't say that.
Honey.
I could do
You
5
do
Yeah.
lots of things, okay?
Oh, don't do it. No.
You
Don't
can
patronize
no,
me.
honey. It's okay.
I am shitting
You
in
can
your
do.
fucking bag.
You better fucking.
I mean, hey, Alice, it's better than the no damage I've done.
Hey, you have the most
actually
important job of them all.
Don't
Keeping
shit. Don't worry about
keeping
it.
the carriage straight. It's very important.
true.
If we stop, I don't think we're gonna have a fun time.
All right,
Oh.
Nira.
So I gotta think. Is it best to help our teammates and finish this fucker off, or how badly do we want this body? Is my question.
I mean,
Could be
I mean,
important.
we
All right.
can't respond, so
No, I know. I'm not asking. I'm kind of thinking out loud. All right. Where exactly? So it would probably be in the same square, or give the distance doesn't
it
matter.
looks
Yeah,
like
nobody
it's
knows.
being held from this side.
From this side. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna launch an arrow over there. See if I can
All right, give it to me with disadvantage.
hit with a disadvantage. You got it. Arrow disadvantage. 23
23
Oh
hits.
shit, nice.
piercing
Take
damage. 7 damage.
7 damage, and you see suddenly a visible, fiendish little, like, imp-like creature. Reptilian in nature, just appear impaled into the sod behind it, lifeless.
All right. How much move do I have on horseback?
Horses have 40 movement.
40 movement?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to ride over, try to grab my arrow, and then, so that would be 35, and I'm gonna slowly start making my way back. So I guess I'll grab the arrow here and here, if that's possible.
You would have to dismount to
I would
get
have to
your arrow,
dismount?
Yeah,
because
it's some
these are
shrubbery.
tiny creatures.
Okay.
But you would, like, the carriage isn't gonna go far without you. Like,
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that then. So I guess end here, dismount, grab it. I don't know if I can remount all in the same turn, so I'll just...
no.
Yeah, okay, so
You-
I'll go
you
there,
can-
dismount, retrieve.
Yeah.
And
And
that's what
then
I'll do.
that'll be...
Yeah.
Oh.
That is... Oh, whoops. And that'd be my turn.
Alright. You see this little creature return, and you hear, "You stupid humans! You're all going to die!" And then it flees back into the forest.
I would so
Wow.
yell back, but it's not my turn. I got who the fuck's human in this group? But again, I can't.
Humanoids. My bad.
Okay. Is there a human that snuck among us that I don't know about? Oh shit.
I love that
Among Us?
fucking voice. Among Us.
Wow.
Is that the rat has a hat of disguise and it's actually a full-blown human?
Actually, no, I'm just a rat with a hat.
Sylvania.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to poke my head out the front of the
Your
cart.
mage hand suddenly slings back at you with the dead.
Oh.
The body just slams in you.
I mean, it's gonna yeet itself into the cart, I guess, because that's what I had was doing. But
Yep.
I'm kind of halfway crawling over the bench and gently kind of moving past
You now
Asha.
have dead reptilian imp-like creature on you. It smells like sulfur and like kind of 13-day-old like dead baby.
So that you're normal Slytherin.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were still playing
Well,
Resident Evil
You
Village.
know what? I'm too
we got
busy.
some Axe body spray in here. Jesus. Ugh.
I'm too busy leaning over the bench and politely saying, "Excuse me, Asha," while I move her slightly so I can put my hand out, point a finger, and basically fire off an Eldritch Blast at the thing that's trying to eat Harsh.
Excuse me, dear.
Yeah, excuse me, Darren.
What's the distance on Eldritch Blast?
Oh god, it's like 120.
Based 120.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter because I missed that fucking shit.
Oh my god, you did.
8. Am I the only person that can hit anything around here? Jesus.
One-
Yeah, not harsh. Yeah.
And so did Rat. So did Sexy
Oh,
Rat.
you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah.
My apologies.
It's true.
Is that the end of your attempt?
Yep, apparently the carriage bounced, or I didn't, there's too many people in here, so a purple beam of electric light basically goes shooting off into the forest for 120 feet.
Give me an animal handling check, Bay.
Also, I'd like to mention that, Finch has a name, but she's been objectified. Sexy rat girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is
That's true.
this one
Feel-
normal or
This is normal.
advantagized? All right.
Nope.
That's a yikes.
No.
Oh no!
This is why you don't have me drive.
Okay, so he's getting left there.
For the moment.
And
I'll keep my little marker here.
I need 1 second. Let me.
We're about to
Let me-
Skyrim up one of these hills because the horses have freaked out.
Remember, keep hitting space. If you don't, you're fucked.
Walk up backwards. For some reason,
Yeah.
you can defy physics.
You can't.
So they
As I yell
Go
out, who
40
brought the
feet.
wheels of cheese?
Wow.
go 40 feet into these trees, tipping the carriage
Oh,
almost
no,
at like a
guys.
30-degree angle.
Guys.
That's
Yo,
not
we're
fun.
gonna two-wheel this bitch.
Yep.
Uh,
Two wheels makes us go faster.
and this guy is literally hovering right here. It's like,
Oh
Come
god.
back.
Come back.
Did that take my turn, or was that like the
No,
horse
that-
was reacting?
that was the horses reacting to the Eldritch Blast.
Am I
Okay.
still on top of the car?
Can I?
You
attempt-
are on top. Oh yeah, please.
Should we do
Give
like
me a
an
dex.
acrobatics?
Oh
Dex?
no.
Yeah.
How do
That
you
would
do
be a
dex then?
disadvantage one too.
Oh no.
It would
Don't
be
fucking
the
help him,
it's
shit.
right
You
underneath
click,
the
you
trail.
click saves.
Yeah.
You click
Yeah,
saves.
Am I just normal rolling this?
No, you saving throws is right
Yeah.
under your
Yeah,
checks.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Under the,
15.
I see saving throws.
Click
That's
that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did it.
I rolled it.
Oh, you
You
got
did
it there.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you managed to crouch down, gripping onto one of
My-
the.
My short sword into the cart to hold on to that.
Oh my god. No, you
It's
didn't
just
have a
short
drawn.
sword that fucking goes
No,
through.
I had my short
The
sword.
heroic, sexy rat.
You didn't have a drawn though.
Yeah, I had it drawn underneath the.
She did say she drew her
Did
short
you?
sword.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I drew
Oh.
when I first went under the bench. I drew my.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
My bad. So yeah, you drive it down through the roof of the carriage,
Almost stabbing one of our friends.
and as it tips, you get thrown off, but you grip onto the blade, allows you to basically spin yourself back onto the roof of the carriage, and you are now Spider-Man posed onto it while gripping onto the pommel of the sword.
It's
Oh,
just
wait,
a
how
D,
sexy doing it.
kind of like a DM
Yes.
question.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be an acrobatics check or an athletics?
No, it's
No,
a
because
save.
it's safe.
Yeah.
I should have
Yeah.
let you answer that. My bad.
It's not an action she's taking. She's saving herself from something else causing problems.
Yep.
enough, okay,
Acrobatics
there
is dex.
Yes, but
No.
But you roll that for when you're doing something, not when it's
Yep.
being done to you.
Gotcha. So
Right.
okay, I got it.
save is reactionary. Check is
Actionary.
actionary. Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine I
Okay.
can't make the horses move more than their movement for this turn. Can I
Nope.
attempt to essentially get them on track or point in the right direction, even if we don't move?
You can try.
Yeah. Right now, I think my only job is to not crash and die. So we're gonna attempt to work on that and
Yep.
hope and pray. Prayers answered, boys. Let's go.
All right. So when the horses begin moving again, they will get back on track.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bay's
Okay.
just ducked down as
Yanking on the reins.
someone's blast of dark magic energy just peeled out the front window from the carriage. He's like, oh, okay, we need to be careful of the horses. Trying to keep him on
Hey.
track. Still very stiff because he's not really used to this.
All right. Is that the end of Bay's turn?
Yeah, that's my action to do, and I ain't going anywhere.
All right. Asha, you doing anything?
Yes. Asha is gonna look at the flying creature and kind of in a sing-songy voice say, "You deserve to die," and then cast dissonant whispers at it.
Okay.
You
Oh,
deserve
15,
death.
yeah, 15 wisdom saving throw. Before it takes 3 whole damage.
Oh.
All right.
So
It
soldier.
rolled 2 10s.
Nice.
That takes 3 whole damage.
3 whole damage.
Wow, that was a terrible roll on your part.
I know. It was. It was actually really bad. But as a bonus action... Wait, how many feet away from me is it?
It is roughly 45 feet away from you.
Okay, never mind. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Now it is its turn. And seeing the rat, it dives down 15 feet, flying through the rat, like that.
Oh.
And it does a flyby attack.
Can I attack of opportunity this?
It is a flyby attack, which means it does not provoke.
I hate this.
Question. Since my floating weapon is it still there 5 feet from them?
It's
It
probably
was.
back where it was earlier.
It is back, right, basically right here now. Let me.
I mean, like when he went to move, does that get an opportunity attack? Because no.
It is a flyby attack. It is a special. It is a special ability that does not allow for attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, I don't think spiritual weapons can do that, but I'm gonna look because that sounds badass.
I mean, probably can't. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Let's just get sword. Sword. God damn it. Sword, go right here. Sword is spiritual weapon now. And both of its attacks miss. He wasn't expecting suddenly the carriage to lurch, and both claw attacks just go wide. It is now only 15 feet off the ground, and only about 10 feet away from the carriage. Harsh.
Yes.
Your turn.
Well, I was just reading. It says spiritual weapons cannot make opportunity attacks. However, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet to repeat attacks. So that's kind of cool.
Yes. Unfortunately, it is out of. It is more than 20 feet away from you, like your sword at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you can move it.
You did.
Well, at this
I was-
point,
I was-
it's probably better to.
Yeah. Give them claws.
I
Get
don't
in
know
there.
how that works. Do you just disenchant it or recall?
Hi, Absol. How you doing?
Because it's a spell, you would just drop the spell because it's concentration. I
Yeah.
think? Is it concentration? Question mark?
Actually, I don't
No.
think spiritual weapon
No,
is
it's just a thing.
concentration. Yeah.
It's just always there.
It's
So-
just there until the spell ends.
Which
So 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
So where do you want it?
Well, I mean, has 1 minute passed since it's from my last attack
No.
to my?
Every
no,
turn
it's-
is like 4 seconds.
No, it's
It's
6
6
seconds.
seconds per round. So you have 10 rounds until it disappears.
Okay. Well, we're still moving, so, and I don't know if moving the weapon actually counts as any type of action, though. That's the only thing.
You use your bonus action to move it and make it attack. It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Okay.
and you
All
can
right.
do both
So
with it.
yeah. So at this point, since I'm gonna have to keep it with us, I'll have to move it on my bonus action since that's the only bonus action I've got. So right now, I'm probably gonna do. Let's do guiding bolts, or can I do guiding bolt again, or no? I have to do firebolt, right?
No, you can use the same spells
Aw,
as,
Absol, I'm sorry.
over and over as long as they're
But at least we'll get some sleep.
cantrips you can use all the time, or leveled spells would have to be up to the number of levels you have of that spell.
I don't. Okay. It says
So if you got more
4.
personal spells, you can do it.
I'll do firebolt just because that's I can use that as many times as I want because I don't know what else is coming. So I'm gonna do firebolt,
Yep.
and I'm gonna attack this squabble that's just been a pain in our butt. So let's
All
do
right.
this.
Natural
that
20.
is going to be
Shit.
a nice one.
That's a crit, isn't it?
26 hits. That is a crit.
All right, and 13.
13 points of damage.
Holy
Technically
shit.
halved, because it is resistant. It's
Well, what
not
about the-
resistant. Oh
Not
no!
resistance to magical, I don't think, right? Yeah.
It is immune.
It's
It's
immune to
immune to
fire
fire?
damage completely.
You see the fire wash over this spine devil's purplish tinted skin, and just it doesn't even leave a mark. It just washes across it.
Oh,
And we
goodness.
don't know what this thing is yet, right?
No, you don't. You from the look of it, let's see.
What check do I have to do at this point to trigger something? So now that we know it's immune to fire, we would have to. What would that be? Perception?
For what? What are you trying to do?
Well, now that we know that it's immune to fire, that would trigger somebody's in memory. Like of the classes we took, we should be able to know what it is by now.
Maybe history or
No,
or
that would be religion.
that would be religion.
Yep.
Okay. So can I do a religion check to see if I can't joggle my brain?
100%. 100%.
All right.
you
So I'm gonna roll with standard.
can. Also, this is what you see.
Oh, that thing is
Okay.
amazing. That thing's cute as
All right.
shit. Look at it.
Do I roll with disadvantage or roll regular?
I love
Regular,
it.
dude.
I love
Okay.
it. It's so cute.
Yes.
Oh yeah, is it cute?
Look at that.
This thing's
Tell
cute.
me what the hell
Oh,
that thing is.
another nat 20.
God damn.
I'm pissed off. It just didn't take any damage, so my brain
Yeah.
was like, I know what that is.
Yeah, 100%. You've read about fiendish creatures in your past studies. When it comes to like a creature that can shoot spines from its tail, that can fly and harass you like it is, you 100% know that this is a spined devil.
All right, and
Valaris
as I,
429.
as my
Thank you so
actions
much for
get
the
ready
follow.
to
Climb
close
into the
out,
box
I
for
yell
it. Get
to
comfy,
the
get cozy.
team
We got hot chocolate.
that
We got
I
hot
remember that
marshmallows.
it's a
We got
spine devil,
pancakes.
and
now we got
remember
you.
your
How the hell
remember
are
the
ya?
class, so that way it's not affected by.
You know that it is
Yeah.
immune to fire, immune
Right.
to poison. It's resistant to cold. All non-magical weapon attack.
Hell shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
You also know it only speaks Infernal.
Does anyone here speak Infernal?
I do.
Yeah, we haven't talked to it, have you?
Nope.
Well, because we didn't know what it was. So now the team knows what it is.
Now I do.
Yeah. And as a bonus action, I'm gonna have to move my sword. I'm gonna move my sword or the sword close to keep it in line with our carriage.
All right.
Doing very well.
Whatever,
Thank you for
20 feet or
asking.
something like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that would be the end of my turn.
Instead of having it attack and he have it like lodge
Inch.
itself into the back of the carriage.
Hello. I would like to draw my other short sword
All right.
and climb
Dual
down
wielding.
and attack it.
How?
Yes. Do you have? No, you probably don't have the long jump ability. I think there's a feat that allows you to basically long jump from standing position. But you get a 5 feet head start, the 5 foot start. You run and leap at this creature.
Yeah,
Give me an acrobatics check.
you got it.
Rat's just going whee through the air.
Just 24.
24.
24, yeah. All right.
We're about to mount that.
Give me. Are you attacking with both daggers?
No, I'm attacking with
Or
a short sword.
Sorry, both short swords or just one?
Just the one. The other
Oh
one's
my
staying in the
God.
carriage for now. That's a safe place
Holy
for
shit.
it.
All right.
My
alright.
character is.
So give me the attack.
It's Sylviana.
22.
She's a high elf,
Hits.
a warlock. This is a rat folk, rogue
That would be 10
paladin.
damage.
We've got Asha,
You-
who is.
You
a-
run and
I don't
leap
know.
off the edge
But is a pure blood
of the
Gantier.
carriage.
Then we got Harsh,
Sailing
who's a
15
Asimar
feet through the air.
arcane cleric. And we
Uh,
got Bay, who's
doing a
who I
front
believe
flip as you're going
I
by.
believe is a psychic
You
class.
take your short sword
Oh yeah, there we go.
and drag it across this devil's throat, digging in, and your momentum, you feel your arms stop for a second, but your momentum carries you through, slicing through the spine of this winged creature, and you land on the edge of the cliff, standing there, basically almost horizontal, with your spider climb boots as the body falls from the sky.
Oh, nice. Can I scream out? My name is Finch.
Yes, you can.
Just the wildest scream I can.
Yes.
Could I?
Just
could
to
I-
body
make sure all the other
drops.
flying things know exactly what happened.
My name is Finch.
I
Yeah.
hope you retrieved your dagger out of
my
his chest as
God.
you were flying across there.
Yeah.
It's on the ground right now.
Mm.
Still embedded in the chest, but is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think that's my turn.
There's technically
was-
one closet left that you
that was
guys
kinda
don't know
hot.
where it is technically. Do you want to call combat here, or are you going to chase it down and try to kill it?
Well, we gotta stop to pick up Finch, so
Yeah.
unless it comes back, I don't have any reason to chase it down. Do
Yeah, I would say unless it attacks us, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna try
there's
to
no
attack
reason to chase it, but I guess we can hold up.
All
I
right.
am driving this fucking carriage, and nobody can stop me.
Not even you.
it. We have a destination, guys.
All right. Let's go into this one. Nice
Oh,
forest
goodness.
noises. You are now out of combat.
No longer ominous forest. Yes.
That's right.
No longer on.
I'm pretty sure after a scream of their boss dying onto the ground, I don't think that they're coming back anytime soon.
But I think
Probably
the scared little thing is saying, "You humanoids will die!" And here, I am Finch! And it's gonna shit itself in the forest somewhere.
We can track it by smell alone.
Oh, no.
I think my basic action is gonna retrieve my arrow, hop back on my horse, and regroup. I think that's gonna be my current actions at least.
I unfortunately don't have a victory noise to play.
Sorry.
Oh, I have one for the stream. Hold on.
Is it gonna be the yay?
It was the only person in that entire battle that lost any health.
There you
was
go.
me.
And it was only
That's
1
true.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was only
Yeah.
1 point of loss. Yeah.
You're welcome.
you only lost 1 point of HP, which, after a short rest, you will regain.
Yeah. You know, it was good that Finch. It was good that you ran and jumped and killed it, because I thought I was gonna have to bust out my damn wings, fly up and bludgeon its face in.
Yeah, I was gonna use the arrow I ripped out of its buddy to shoot that thing too. But
good.
I mean, you're all welcome. I understand I'm the leader here, and this is expected of me. But
Oh,
you are the leader.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right then.
He smiles at Finch. You would make a wonderful valedictorian.
A single tear.
Oh my God.
A single uncomfortably sexy tear.
It's got to perhaps.
Asha
Oh,
looks
man.
at Finch.
I
Like
can't move my
that'll ever
horse.
happen.
No, sorry, my bad. Here,
Alright,
boom.
cheers.
I mean,
I
yeah.
Oh, did we want to keep those bodies over there? Or, I guess we got one in the
I-
carriage now.
I would
Yeah,
like
one
to
of
take
them.
this body and
One
head,
of them
especially the
carriage,
head as a trophy, please.
All right. Wait, do you
God.
want the
Do we
head
have
or do you
a
just want
beam-
the?
Ugh.
Do we have a beacon we can throw on it, right? Or is that what the whole point of those things were?
You do have a beacon.
I gave him to Bay. He knows my orders.
Well, that's what I'm asking. As a group, should we toss a beacon at it because that's what they gave it to us to mark things?
What if?
Yeah.
We have a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
might
am
as
taking
well.
the head, the head
it
and
might-
the dagger, please.
It might be wise to let the university know that these things are out here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Throw a
So,
beacon on that son of a
yeah.
bitch.
So we'll put all the bodies in a pile, and I drive by, yeet a beacon at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Why did we drive by? I thought we were stopping for a
Oh my
minute.
God.
We had to because we had to pick up Finch,
Yeah.
and we also had to pick up the dagger out of his chest, and then I think my
I,
sword's gone at this point, by the way. So
Yes.
Since
Yeah.
we're piling up the bodies, can I just check them for anything of note?
yeah,
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
good
we might as
to.
well.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'll just loot the one I'm near, anyways.
yeah.
What are you trying to check them for? What of note are you looking?
I want to find like gadgets or like little medallions or like anything that would show like their alignment or like who they're connected to or if they're part of a larger army, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I'd be looking for munitions and or parchment pieces, perhaps.
Orders, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
I'm gonna walk
you
over
can
to
tell by looking at both different types of creature that there are no pockets to store anything. They wear no clothes. They are literally naked little reptilian-looking, sharp-teeth, dead creatures.
They're so
Any
cute.
weapons or anything that they might have had? or-
Gremlins and flying gremlins.
Yes.
So, I'm guessing they had no weapons. They mainly used their claws and whatnot, so they were no.
Yes, they had no.
Well, Winged Devil has his pitchfork, right?
He did not have one. He was using
Oh.
claw attacks. Yeah.
Well,
He-
so-
neither of them had weapons. No visible parchments. Well, I mean, there wouldn't be any place to hide them.
So my guess is, with how under-equipped, no weapons, how small the force, it was only a scouting party. Is my guess.
Could be.
I think we're gonna find
Yeah, no
more
kidding.
down the path we're going. Especially means that we let one of them get away, and they have a message. They know we're coming now.
I don't
I
think
believe
they're
the message is,
intelligent
"I am
enough to share
Finch."
it.
Yeah,
Well, see, then why did they say we would all die?
because
I-
they were trying to intimidate you. I mean,
Doesn't mean they're smart enough to coordinate.
gremlin energy.
I don't know. Gremlins can be
Gremlin energy.
smart.
Either way, they're going to die. Should we move on?
I think we could. Let's leave that beacon and go.
I'm gonna take a quick second just to look at Harsh's cheek just for a second. I'm gonna wipe a little blood off his cheek for him and just kind of like look at it and go, it'll heal. And then I'm gonna go back into the cart.
Somehow I don't like this. Should I do a perception check to see if there was anything cursed?
I mean, you
What do you
definitely
mean
can.
by cursed?
What's up?
What do you mean by cursed?
I had somebody do something out of the ordinary on with the wound that was going to heal on my face that was like a paper cut.
Oh,
Yeah,
As a
basically, we're
wanderer,
not
you
trusting
should-
each other yet.
Yeah. It's kind of like how you in the army, you trust them with, your life, but not with your wife,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Big true.
Oh my god.
So-
What? You don't
She got
trust
out
me?
of the cart that she's been chilling in to check the wound on my face, knowing that I'm the cleric.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Asha sees no problem with this.
Yeah, well, as a cleric, we see a problem with this. So, should I do a perception check to make sure
do you have a
there's
mirror?
nothing wrong?
Sure.
Do I have a mirror? A mirror, me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a mirror. What do I equipment?
If you have a hand mirror, you can check yourself. Otherwise, there's no real way besides touching your face to know whether anything was done.
Could I do what I want to do is, because I'm still curious about how organized they were. Can I go do like a history check, see if I either read up or have heard of these creatures ever doing any coordinated attacks before, or is it usually
Yeah,
been
100%. Give me a history check.
That would be 14.
So, from what little you know of Quasits and Spine Devils, generally, they aren't usually. I mean, they don't technically even come from the same plane of existence.
Mm.
So, you know that from studies at university, you know that Quasits are technically demons, and Spine Devils are, as the name suggests, devils. They even speak different languages. One speaks Abyssal, one speaks Infernal.
So, why would they be coordinating an ambush together? I think that's worth thinking over. I relay my thoughts with the rest of the group. Not sure what they think about it, though, but I'm just stating my concern as positively as I can as to not drop morale, but just to keep their minds thinking.
Makes sense.
While we're stopped, Bay pats the horses because they were very good horses.
Aww. Well, I'm just, I'm gonna climb into the back of the wagon and do completely normal things. So, like going back and reading my book.
So what constitutes a long rest?
A long rest
Sleeping,
is
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
8 hours of uninterrupted or interrupted for like a max of an hour rest.
A max of an hour rest. Yep. So you rest for 8 hours. You can have a 10-hour or 1 hour like watch or like battle, I guess, and then go back to sleep.
Mm.
Okay, I was just making sure because I have the ability to heal people, so I want to make sure that if that's used.
And I did ask Drezik, so along the drive, he said there's enough time for at least a short rest. So if you have used anything that uses that, you can get it back.
No, I don't have. That was the channel divinity, but you guys told me not. You didn't want me to do that, so.
We could do that when we stop for the night.
Stop for the night when you get
Stop.
to the house.
I have a proficiency in history. I forgot
yeah.
about that.
Why wouldn't we just hang out in the house and sleep? That sounds
Because that's an entire day ride, we'd have to be staying up for 24 hours.
That's true.
Well, no, technically what is called an entire day's ride is only about 8 hours. But
A
you
work
did
day's
not.
ride.
Yeah, you did not
Hmm.
leave
Fair.
early in the morning though.
Right. Okay.
So,
We're gonna be there in the late eve.
probably like after dark.
All of us have dark vision, so who
You
cares?
do. The
I-
horses
I-
know that.
Go.
My perception's better in the dark too, so I'd be able to at least stay watch, I guess.
Yeah, you can take the horse's place and So-
carry the horses on my back.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Finch takes the head of the spined devil as trophy, placing it on her hip.
Like, did you deblood it first? Because I mean, otherwise it's just gonna.
It
Oh.
is dripping into the carriage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah,
clean
that's-
myself and then the mess with prestidigitation.
Predigestation? Excuse me?
Prestidigitation.
Redigest.
There you go.
Asha
There you
eyes
go.
the head hungrily.
Well, if you're
Actually,
hungry,
while we
there's still
swap, I'm
one
gonna-
creature in the cart.
I'm gonna reach into my backpack and I'm going to take one ration. And this ration, unlike the others, or at least some of the others, are wrapped in green. And so I'm gonna take this green wrapped ration and hand it to Asha.
Asha will take it, and she unwraps the top of it just a little bit and nibbles it.
They're
Hold on a
dried.
Question is
They're
did
dried
somebody
insects
throw
and other
out
things.
the dead body?
Nope, the dead body's still in the.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody in the back needs to toss the dead body over.
No,
Why
I'll
do we
eat
need to
that one.
toss it?
That's food.
We
Also,
need to keep it.
is my
I'm
short
not
sword
eating
still in the
that.
roof?
Yes, your short sword is still sticking out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go get the short sword.
Yeah, you might want to retrieve that.
So we're keeping the dead body instead of leaving it with the other dead bodies in the beacon?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
eating
we are
this one.
driving away.
Okay. All right.
Make this caught.
I'm so glad that Bay and I are in the front and not having to smell the filth that is right behind us.
Do I
Yeah.
have?
Like 2
hold on.
seconds ago, it's not smelly yet.
Hold
I
on,
mean,
do
if
I-
it makes you
No,
feel any
no,
better,
no,
I have
no.
magically
Do I have-
cleaned
The
those
dead
things.
body in there smelled
smelled like
like a
sulfur.
6-day-old dead baby.
Oh, no,
okay?
no.
Yep.
Actually, let me tell you what it smells like, because I can change how it smells with that spell. This is the best cantrip in the goddamn world. Not only did I clean myself in the cart, but I made those things smell like fucking baby powder.
What
So
does
it
baby
smells like
powder
we just
smell
have a cart full of dead cherubs.
Do I have like a parchment or anything myself?
I'm concerned for our parties.
Possibly not. I don't
Depends on the kits
know
you took, I
what
think,
you
right?
what you took. Like that's
No, I don't have anything like that. I don't.
Hi,
see any of
Lushy. We're doing pretty
Okay,
good.
what I would
We're
like
doing
to
pretty
do
good.
is, of course, I'd like to put my
How are you?
bow away, kind of dismount, perhaps like around here. Actually, near the bodies, and I want to write down, one lived in the dirt near the beacon and the bodies, as a warning to the professors or whoever shows up that there is still one around. And then I will hop back on my horse and catch up.
all right. How long has the beacon been lit?
No idea.
Gondor calls for aid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to know.
No, I know we just threw it just now. Like, that's
We
where we were on the way.
gathered
out
the
now.
I mean,
bodies.
since we
took a
piled
minute
them.
to grab everyone.
Yeah, since we
behead
piled them,
one
yeah.
of them. I grabbed the spine that shanked harshly a little bit and I gave it to him. So we probably set it down after we got the bodies together, and then like a few minutes later is when we left. But it was active once I put it down. So it had probably been active for a few minutes before we were going to leave.
Maybe
Right.
5 minutes before we left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does nobody had a ward spell, did they? Was that a thing? What am I talking?
Ward,
It
Yeah,
depends
there
on what you mean of ward.
yeah.
Well, I was just saying, if somebody had one, you could put it around the bodies, so that way, if that one noticed we were leaving, it couldn't come back and deactivate the beacon or get away the
Okay, so
message.
something
But-
like alarm then.
yeah. I didn't take
I
alarm.
certainly don't.
I'm the GM.
I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Good luck.
okay.
Sure thing.
Let me feed the cats real quick.
All right, so you get back on the road after being abruptly assaulted.
You might even say we get back on the horse.
Yeah. Despite the fact that you kind of ambushed the closets, they did not ambush you. You were the ones to take the aggressive action against something that was watching you. So that's that. Murder hobos, you know.
Oh my god.
Look, I would like to mention all I did was drive the cart. Okay, I was a good boy.
True, the most sensible one. My god.
To be fair, I really only said bad things to them.
Yep. And as
To be
you
fair,
all,
I just lightened them up, and so we knew where they were. Shepard attacked, and I just watched our backs.
true,
I killed the big one.
you did. You fucking murked it. As you all are heading away, getting further and further away from the map that you're currently on, there is a flash of light about 90, 150, probably like 120 feet behind you at the bodies. No, you are off the map now. The bodies are about 120 feet away, and you see a cloaked individual appear. Just a little distance away from the bodies.
So we know the beacon worked.
Can you
And
fireball him?
You know, I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? Do we recognize the robes at all, or are we too far away for that?
yeah, you're kind of too far away to see any detail
Okay.
on this person's robes. They look like they're blue, which is you've seen people in blue robes walking around the university before.
All right.
And they go about what you can see, inspecting the bodies that you left behind, and you are now going around a bend and out of view.
So, my character just wants to remind everybody as he pulls the pearl back out of his pocket that he had put in there before he firebolted the one that realm lit up. That at least we know that the little pearl glows blue when the fiends are around. And then puts it back into his pocket.
Well, so we're thinking perhaps demons and devils it lights up for, perhaps.
Well, it lit up when those fiends were there, the last one.
True, but they were demons and devils, yeah. So I guess, yeah, fiends in general. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
What you do notice when you pull it out is that while you're talking about it, it is still glowing. But after a few steps of the horse, it stopped. It just went dim. And you continue trotting down the road.
Sweet. Well, we know we're out of range of any of those psychos.
I mean, they seem like nice people.
Well, I mean, when Finch did detect evil and she pointed, I would have to say that that's not good people.
No,
She
definitely
detected
not.
evil.
That's
The question
true.
is, how many of the party did she detect as evil?
I mean,
Doesn't matter. I believe that she said that's evil, pointed, realm lit. I threw the fire. We good. We
It was
won the fight. We move on.
A fiend, wasn't it? That lit up. It's like this is a
It was the
unfriendly
fiend.
creature.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
At least it'll help us determine when others outside of ourselves are nearby.
True. Yeah, because it didn't light up with just us as our characters were here, so none of us are considered fiends.
can I know
Exactly.
who
Would
is
hope not.
I'm gonna be
evil and
right
good
back.
alike
Just 1 second. I'm gonna go to
from
the
that?
bathroom real quick.
apart from Bay?
Probably.
Well, I mean, if somebody was of a class of devils or whatever, it would light up.
Detect good and evil would tell you if someone is good or evil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean that's why I'm asking. Like who
Yep.
would show up as good and evil in this body for me?
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Technically, I'm neutral, so I don't think I'd show up as
Yeah,
evil
you wouldn't
either.
show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Me
just
too.
wouldn't
I
show
wouldn't.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm neutral as well.
I think the only
you-
person that would show up as good would Effie went to the bathroom. She's a BRB. I think the only person that would
Bay's
show
about
up
the
as
only one, right?
good is Bay. Yeah.
I
Bay
can't
would
tell.
count as good.
Neutral?
No, you got the mind protection
Um,
thing, haven't you?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I would also
Yeah.
show up because of Faye, but again, the ring just kind of says no.
Just no.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, so everybody in the party,
Yes.
apart from me, just turned up like a blank.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
Well, that's a good thing, right? I mean,
Well,
You're like,
Do
oh,
with that
no one's
information
evil or
what you
good."
will. Yeah.
not if you're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get information on your party members and spy on them. Then no, it's not good. But if you're respecting our privacy, then yeah, it's pretty good.
In
well,
what
I-
universe does D&D characters ever respect each other's privacy?
I don't know. This is my first game of D&D. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, at least I mean, the only person that so the only person other than Babe, because he was trying to drive the cart, Effie was the only one that didn't do any damage, right?
She shot an Eldritch Blast, but I
It
don't
didn't
think
hit anyone.
Yeah, it didn't hit.
Yeah,
anybody.
It's still
then she
seen as a
tried-
sign of aggression, though, technically.
Okay.
So if we're going with that, the only real person that didn't aggress was Bay.
Yeah, but he had a role to do. So
I'm just a small little cherub trying to find his way in the world with all these murderers around him.
well, we do know that he's got protective spells at this point because he was able to
Yeah.
deflect damage. So
Yep.
I went from a blade in your shoulder to a scratch in your cheeks. That's pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
Bay also retrieved that spine that it threw and gave it to you as a souvenir.
Yeah. Which at some point I may turn
Once,
into
I
a
guess.
dagger and hand to Finch to throw at other bastards that want to fly around.
That'll definitely work.
I don't know what it would cost to turn that into a.
Is Effie back? No.
Yeah.
Where would they do that? Put it under notes as an other item.
What you looking for?
Like, how do I add that I have that?
That would just be a note on
Yeah.
your.
You could slap that into other,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Whoosh.
unless you want to put in
Yeah.
your backstory.
Thank you.
No, spine.
So
Spine needle.
after a rather calm
Also, hello, Ninja.
few hours of travel, the sun begins to set behind the hills of the forest, and you do hear the sounds of the forest, the bugs and cicadas and chirping birds and hooting owls. But eventually, in accordance to the map that you've been following this entire time, you do come upon a large fortress.
The keep that we're looking for, yeah.
I will bring you over to here.
I'm guessing it's getting about dark by now.
It is a moonless, overcast night.
Ooh, I can probably get rid of my perception disadvantage then.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, bro. It's good to see.
These walls are roughly 30 feet tall.
I'm. Here we go. 30 feet tall, huh?
Yeah,
How many
they're
finches is that? Okay.
that is roughly.
Aw.
5 inches.
5
Is
inches.
it 5? Are you 6 feet tall?
10 finches.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
10
Okay, okay.
inches.
So yeah, roughly 5 sexy rats tall.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of rats.
I would,
That's a lot of rats.
Yeah.
as we're reaching it, I would love to perceive the top of the wall
I mean,
and kind
I
of keep
don't
an
eat
eye
the
on it.
bugs.
Yeah,
See if
you're
I
probably one of like the few that can see quite a distance
yeah.
in this darkness.
I can see up to 60
it
foot in the dark.
Still,
Yeah.
I got 120 feet in the dark. So
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Since the horses can't see in the dark, I think Bay has switched to holding the reins and
walking them.
slightly dangerously being in front of them and walking them forward.
I
Hey, does anyone want me to go check up this wall?
Well, before that, I was going to say that this would probably be a great place to call it.
The camp,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
kind of.
I'm
Let's see.
starting to get a little tired.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Gotcha. We did play for about
Understandable.
3 4 hours.
I would love to continue this next weekend if everyone's available.
Yeah, that would be
Yes.
fine with me.
I should be available.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. What
Fingers
is
crossed.
next week?
Because this will probably take
Mhm.
this entire area will probably take about 4.5, 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we'll be a little bit better prepared next time now that we've done introductions and gone our ways. So, you know, if we
Yes.
start at the same time, we should get it done. Or
Hey, what's
one or
your
two,
armor
anyway.
class?
Huh?
Bay's armor class, I think it's 14.
It is 16, it is 18 with the shield.
Okay.
Oh. Big boy armor class.
The
She's
biggest.
plotting to stab me already.
Yeah, she already rolled the hit.
I wouldn't stab you, it's fine. Not yet.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
It's been a
Wow.
dang.
You're right, you wouldn't stab me, you'd slit my throat.
I mean, kinda.
I'm the true
Yeah.
valedictorian here.
I hope you all enjoyed tonight's session. It is my hope that we will have another one soon, within the next week or two, hopefully. And you can always rewatch this VOD to get the majority of what happened.
Yeah, I think I'm going
It's
to
true.
need to.
Are all the bottom jokes in there too as well?
Yeah,
Oh
all
my
the bottom
fucking
jokes are in there as
God.
well.
God damn it. Son of a bitch.
And I appreciate everyone for tuning into the Tales of the Riddle University. I hope you all enjoyed the show. And once this is all done, all the world building is made, it will be open to whoever wishes to come play. I can guarantee you, I know that there's at least 3 people I know of in the chat right now who wants to play, who would like to join. And yes, once everything is hashed out, we will Well, I'll present you with the ability to play. It'll be a drop-in, drop-out, West Marches style sort of thing. And whoever else wants to DM, I will be more than happy to provide whatever materials, for Roll20 or not, that you need. So yeah, thank you all for coming,
Excellent.
and I will take my leave.
Thank you for
Thank
DMing.
you for running.
Thank you. That was
No
fun.
problem.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It was
No problem.
excellent.
I haven't DM'd in a while. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm really excited for next week, because like I said, we got it started. All the D&D whenever you're doing the first session is usually a little slow to get traction. But I think once we got going, it was going pretty good. So I'm excited for next week.
It was a wonderful time.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I missed.
She
Me and
starts
Alice are
crying.
just, like,
I want
ready to
Faye.
cry.
You missed me so much.
So yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed tonight's episode
Hopefully
of
you
Tales of
enjoy it.
Riddlezob University.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for running it. I'm really
No
excited for
problem.
next week.
I am too.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I guess we'll
dip
just
out
go
now.
back to the room. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Fuck you.
Wow. Wow. How dare you? How dare you? Fine. Well, that's okay. I'm just gonna go over here then.